No, Red Devils. I'm tired of this club, bro. We need attacking player. Benzema. We clearly see Benzema, Rodrigo, and Asensio. They can't do it. We see it. Last season, I'm not gonna lie. Without COVID-19, we don't win La Liga. We don't. We don't win La Liga if COVID doesn't happen. But I don't understand why we gotta renovate our stadium. Why we spending so much fucking money in our stadium for, man?
Guys,
What we need, we need
chill.
attacking players. We need to get a
So,
Mbappe or Haaland. I don't
so,
know
guys,
why, man.
No, I
so
mean, I get what you're saying, Wilson, but the only thing I would say to that is that, despite everything you said, surely the quality that Real Madrid
That's
have
what
on the field
exactly.
enough
Yes,
to beat. This isn't Shakhtar's first team, by the
that's
way. They have
exactly.
players out due
That's
to
what makes it
COVID.
even more embarrassing. Even if we'd have tied the game, I still would say that's embarrassing. You playing
Yeah,
a bunch of non-starter people. For crying out loud. That's why I hope this Saturday. I hope Barcelona sacrifice us. So maybe the board might see we need to buy players. We need attacking players, not midfielders. We need attacking players. Jovic is it. Hazard is not it. Hazard, I lost faith in
Wow.
Hazard. Hazard is done. I
guys,
never wanted Hazard at Real Madrid.
chill, guys.
You're literally saying you need to sign attacking players. I think mostly because Hazard hasn't performed. Because you guys literally made a record signing on Hazard just about a year ago. So you guys signed a player
But my
because
thing is,
he has been injured.
offside. I never wanted Hazard at Real Madrid though. If Cristiano was still at Real Madrid, Hazard would have been a really good signing. But my thing is, we needed a proper goal scorer. Really, can we really expect Hazard to give us 30, 40 goals a season? Hazard's not the guy for that. What we needed was another goal scorer. Benzema, he's a number 9, but his role is not really like a goal scorer. He's there to link up play. That's
or
what he was there for
something like
Cristiano.
Harry Kane or something. Something like Harry
Yeah,
Kane.
he's
No,
Benzema.
Harry Kane
I,
was a
I
goal
don't blame
scorer.
him. Think about this, bro. Last season, Ramos and Benzema were top scorer last season. Ramos, a center back, was the top
So,
scorer
guys, chill,
last
guys.
season.
So,
That tell us where we are in Hazard. Hazard, I don't
our,
care if he's at McDonald's right now. He could stay at McDonald's for all he
chill.
wants.
It's still gonna
I never wanted this guy at Real Madrid
chill.
because
I agree.
we didn't need we
I
didn't need
agree.
another creative winger. What we needed was a goal scorer. We needed like an Mbappe or Haaland, but we went for Hazard. I don't know why we went for him. I'm guessing because Zidane said that's his favorite player. Maybe that's why we went for Hazard. But I never wanted Hazard at Real Madrid, bro.
So,
He's a great player, but Hazard is the type of player that if your team's in form, you have the likes of Cristiano, Messi on the team. It's perfect for Hazard to be on the team. But Hazard,
mhm.
even if Hazard comes, are we really expecting Hazard is going to score 30, 20? I'm not even expecting 20 goals from Hazard.
Wow.
Wow.
Let me just say welcome to Miyangi. He's making his debut. Miyangi,
Yeah,
welcome.
I saw him play, but I
Yeah,
think
hello guys.
he was injured though.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Abdullah, you just
Oh,
when are you going live? You're not going live.
yeah, I already go live. Yeah. So the topic for today is gonna be like Virgil van
No,
Dijk.
you're right.
So yeah, right. Virgil van Dijk injury. So we're gonna discuss about the Champions League for today, and also a little bit of preview about Saudi match. But seriously speaking, I know the team is kind of pissed off. It's not pissed off. I am literally boiling already. So at the moment, I'm just gonna keep calm. And after everybody thinks I'm just gonna say the reason I'm boiling at the moment. I already told us the reason I'm already boiling. Lampard is making me boil. But at the moment, I'm just gonna calm down. Calm down.
Exactly, Chelsea fans.
No,
Calm
no,
down.
get them good.
Calm down,
Chill.
guys. Just
Get them
calm down. Okay? And
You go
you guys
last.
get your best for the weekend. Okay, I
Yo,
do.
you go last. Don't worry. So first, guys, we go for Vilton, guys. First. So Virgil van Dijk injury is out of this season. How what impact does it make for Liverpool? Does it affect them? Does it make them look better? Going forward, do you see them coping with that Virgil van Dijk because they won today? But I don't think they won convincingly. So what
Well,
impact
to
did
be
Van Dijk
to be
have?
fair, they still got the 3 points today. Fabinho, to me, I didn't watch the game, but they say he's man of the match. I'm guessing he did a really, really good job playing center back.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest with you, I would be worried a little bit. Maybe if teams in the Premier League knew how to defend better. But let's be real. If Liverpool can just outscore their opponent, they still have a chance to win the Prem. I'm not saying they're gonna win it, but Van Dijk is a really big piece to the puzzle, but I still think I didn't pick Liverpool to win it. I picked City to win it just because Lep is a domestic merchant. He knows how to win the league. But if Liverpool somehow still win the Prem, I wouldn't really be surprised. But my thing is Matip gonna be able to stay healthy? Is he gonna get hurt? Is Fabinho gonna be consistent as playing as a center back for them? And and see Red Devil Series, do you agree with this? Do you think they have a bigger chance of winning the Champions League than the Prem?
I think for me it depends because I don't know the Man City defense yet, so we have to wait and see.
But yeah, I still think they're gonna win a trophy. I don't know what trophy it is, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously it's a really massive loss. But let's be real. When you look at Chelsea defense, when you look at Manchester United with Harry Maguire, when you look at like teams are not that good at defending in the Premier League. So all Liverpool have to do, to be honest, is outscore their opponent. But at the same time, though, last season though, Van Dijk came in clutch for them because there was some game where they had to just grind it out, like get a win, a 1-0 win, a 2-1 win. Like I don't know. All we could do is say maybe they don't win the Prem, maybe they go for the Champions League, but it's definitely a big loss because really you got Matip and Gomez, I believe, and sometimes Fabinho's gonna drop as a center back sometime. But hey, Klopp is a good coach. Hopefully Klopp figures it out. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
Can I say what I think about it?
Okay.
First of all, definitely Van Dijk, being out for a long time, definitely we can decide. Not just for his performance on the pitch, but as a leader. There's that thing that he brings to the side when he's on the pitch, being a leader. Ensuring calm in the back line and all that. But just as I think it was Red Devil that said that no matter how bad it is, even if they concede, one thing you almost guarantee that Liverpool will do is that they will outscore you. So I think that may, at the end of the day, just be enough for them to get through. Yeah, there will be games that will come up, and with Fabio in centre back, it may just not be enough. Especially in the Premier League, it may just not be enough. But whether Liverpool will score you, that one is almost guaranteed. And I think at the end of the day, they should be just fine. They should be just fine, in my
Okay.
opinion.
So, Park, your thought on the Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool?
Yeah, you're right, Abdullah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm very well.
Yeah, it's a massive loss, but obviously, like, what's it called? They're capable defenders, so I don't think it'll be as big a loss as people think.
But do you think it's gonna be the kind of way Man City lost Aymeric Laporte, or it's gonna be like way different because it's out of the season already?
No, because like Laporte was our only capable defender last season. Like obviously now we got Diaz and Ake like pretty good, but like at the same time like everyone else, while Laporte last season was pretty poor, like at centre back. So, but yeah, he was like our leader at the back last season. So like obviously it's gonna be a massive loss. Joe, but, like what's it called? Joe was a really good defender, like an England at like England level, and like all around, like he's got pace. He's a decent defender. Like same with Matt, and like Fabinho does a job as well. So it's not gonna be as big a loss, I think.
Wow. So let me go
Yeah,
to is it Miyangi or okay, yeah.
yeah,
So
Miyangi,
okay,
Miyangi.
so what's your thought on Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool? What like
Well, I just listened to the comparison with Laporte's missing draw last season. I think his would be a bigger miss than Laporte because he's a leader. It's not just about you. I mean, you have to look at everything that he brings into the game. There are times when things are difficult in the defense line, but having someone like that in the team is a strong person. He was the best defender in the league for going to close to 2 seasons now. So losing someone like that for a whole season, and if you look at a team like Liverpool, for 3-4 years now, they've been compact. It's been the same group of players. Now, when you're one man short, you're not just one man short. You are the leader. The leader is out of the team for the season. So definitely, it is going to affect them a whole lot. Another defender might come in, but you cannot have that confidence that Van Dijk will bring into the team. This now teams will go to Liverpool, teams will go to Anfield, believing that they can face that defense, irrespective of yes, they have a very good solid forward line, they would score you, but you have that belief that once I go to Liverpool now, I can score goals. Why? Because Van Dijk is not there. So definitely, I feel it will be a very very big loss for Liverpool.
okay, wow.
You know,
So
sorry. Let me even just add something. Sorry to cut you short, Abdullah, but going off of what Miyagi said, I was just thinking about it, and it just occurred to me that Liverpool themselves, knowing how much they would miss Van Dijk, it may affect the way they play in the long run, especially when they face certain sides like Liverpool or Chelsea, or, the bigger teams. They may be a little bit less offensive, right? Be more compact, try to hold things down at least, or ensure they don't concede goals, knowing that they don't have um, Van Dijk in the side, and they actually have a converted midfielder into a defensive midfielder. So it may actually affect how they attack, and it may actually, at the end of the day, affect their chances of outscoring their opposition. So I think I'm just going to go back or reverse what I said earlier. I think he will be a bigger miss on the side, as against what I said earlier. They really miss it. They really would miss it.
So let me go to the other side now. So I know you're happy, but we're still gonna come to you later. So Saeed, do you
Mhm.
think Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool is gonna be a big miss for them, or like would they will cope? It's just club in Liverpool. They will find a way to cope, or do you think go to the general transfer, you need to get a defender just to help to cover up the defense? For me, I still don't trust Gomez. I can see I trust Fabio in
Mhm.
that defense, but Gomez, I don't trust Gomez. 1-on-1 is out of the team. So do you think Van Dijk is gonna be like a very solid mace for Liverpool going to the entrance?
Um, that's it's a very interesting thing, and I feel like for us, as much the much we could do is pretty much guess, because for a very long time, I mean, Van Dijk has not. I think this is his first injury he had since he came to Liverpool, so we haven't seen this side without Liverpool, without Virgil van Dijk. Um, but that's why I watched that the only game I watched very carefully was the Ajax and Liverpool game, because I wanted to see how Liverpool will play without Virgil van Dijk. And I'm gonna say that it was quite interesting, because I thought as a defensive unit Liverpool looked good, and that was especially down to Fabinho. And I think Fabinho might have changed my mind, because when Virgil van Dijk first got injured, I was like, man, this is big, I didn't think that I don't originally I didn't think Liverpool really could overcome the injury of Van Dijk, but Fabinho can really slot into that center back role, and what Fabinho does is that he also carries the ball as well. So he carries a ball into the midfield. That's what Van Dijk was doing a lot as well. So if Gomez can get consistent, or if they could, I think Matip is a really good defender. If Matip can stay fit, and they can just wait it out and see how they are until the January transfer window. And for me, it's really hard to say, because Liverpool do have players to cope with the loss of Van Dijk, because they can move Fabinho to center back, and they can play Thiago where Fabinho used to play, and they have Henderson, Milner, etc. So they have midfielders. I think what is going to be more, because I thought, especially in terms of today's game, if Liverpool's front line, and especially Trent Alexander-Arnold, in terms of his productivity, they need to go up if Liverpool wants to win this league. To be honest, because just going about the last couple of games, I know Mane scored against what you call it, Everton, and but today they didn't look threatening at all. Salah didn't look threatening at all. I know he scored against Everton, but I feel like Liverpool's problem right now, in my opinion, is not the defense, is their attack. And I feel like this is up to the attack, the front three, and especially the midfield, to actually carry this team. Not that Virgil van Dijk is out. So I feel like we all need to like kind of calm down and wait and see how this team kind of transforms without Van Dijk. Because right now it's very hard to tell, to be honest.
Red Devil Studio. So, how do you see Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool? Do you see them affecting Liverpool? Or do you say that they have Fabinho is gonna take care of it? But because if you remember, Klopp likes to play high line, but I think it's been questions recently of playing that high line. But for me, I keep saying it, I still don't trust Gomez in that defense. Fabinho is good, but what if they come up to a very good team who is very good on the hair, like someone like Burnley, Southampton, those teams that Crystal Palace, those things that will make you struggle on the hair? How will Fabinho cope? So that's my worry with Fabinho. In terms of the defensive overall, is good. I completely to Fabinho. But Gomez is like Christensen in Chelsea. He slip off. It's Christensen 2.0 is slip off in Chelsea a lot. So I don't really trust Gomez, but in terms of Fabinho, that's very fully fit enough to play alongside Fabinho. But do you think like Van Dijk is gonna be very like affected?
Abdullah, your mic is like is a bit is bricking it a bit on and off again or something, just to make it a bit clearer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said do you think Virgil van Dijk is gonna be a miss? Like take care of Fabinho, so they're gonna be okay.
Okay, from what I got, like, you think it's going to be okay? Before I go into it, I know not to get this political or something like that, but just shout out to everyone that's fighting this with fighting Nigeria. To be honest, you know, the whole thing there is just mad. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
you know, obviously Igalo said a few things about, and to be honest, like Igalo is probably the only.
Abdullah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So just I just want to speak to that because I just think it's important that, like, because aside from Igalo, to be honest, Igalo's really the only in quote celebrity that I know that's actually raised awareness, actually talked about it. A lot of the so-called celebrities, certainly stateside, don't give a damn, and fair enough, that's their prerogative. But I just hope that this situation gets resolved, because what the Nigerian government doing is barbaric, inhumane, and it's wrong. It's as simple as that. So in relation to Virgil van Dijk, I actually don't think that a lot of people say Gomez question is that I don't think it's the same comparison, because I've always said several times that the key player, one of the key and fundamentally important players in this Liverpool side is Jordan Henderson, because of what he does in terms of leadership, in terms of instructing what the players do, etc. So to be honest, and you know, I've said in the fact of the matter is, you know, I know people say that the 7-2 by Aston Villa was a blip, but you know, as far as I was aware, Van Dijk was playing when they conceded 7 to Villa and 3 to Leeds. You know, he was there. You know, so that's 10 goals in 2 games. You know, so but there was one player that wasn't there, and that was Jordan Henderson. You know, so and you see this game of Ajax, they've got a clean sheet. You know, so and that's not me trying to underestimate, but I feel like what I'm trying to say is that I feel like people seem to say that Van Dijk is this sort of amazing leader, and that the leadership of Liverpool collapses when he's not there. And it's like, that's quite disrespectful to Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson is the captain. And frankly, it's Jordan Henderson's absence when I've noticed that when Liverpool absolutely and truly capitulate. I'm not saying that when he's not there, they always do that, but generally in big games, you notice that when he's not there, Liverpool struggle. So the way that I see it is that as long as Jordan Henderson is fit and Gomez is playing, they should be fine. Especially if Fabinho comes. They might not be as expansive in attacking, but they'll be okay. If Jordan Henderson gets injured, and obviously you have then Henderson out, Van Dijk out, then Addison out, then okay, then you can start. Then Liverpool should start to get worried. But right now, I wouldn't be concerned, to be honest.
Abdullah,
Your mic is still not clear, Abdullah.
No, we can barely hear you, Abdullah.
He's now we can't hear you at all, unless you're coming in and back in again. You there?
I'm there. Can you guys hear me now?
Barely. You're really breaking up.
Yeah, we
I'm
can
barely
hear
hearing him.
you.
I think You might want to just step out of the studio for a
My
while.
mic is
Yeah,
on.
either stepping out of the stream or maybe I get
Sorry.
some headphones.
Go
Ones
out
that
and come back
professional.
in.
Okay, let me go out and come back.
Hmm.
Let me quickly chip in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go.
Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Go on. Go on.
Okay, no one's speaking. Who hasn't, well, Abdullah puts his mic, who hasn't spoken about the Van Dijk situation?
Mm-hmm.
I think Thomas just joined. Footy Live.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you want to speak about the Van Dijk situation with your impact on Liverpool?
yeah. Well, I've been typing it in the comments anyway. To be honest, I don't think Van Dijk really affects Liverpool at all for me, to be honest, because like you have already said, Liverpool can outscore teams easily. But even when they've had Van Dijk in the team, they've still, like you've just referred to, they've still lost to Villa, they've still lost to Leeds, and Villa nearly
Hmm.
got relegated last year, and Leeds have only just come off this, and they had their best defender. They had all their best players when they played both of the teams. So it doesn't really make much sense to me, if I'm being honest. With when people say, "Well, Van Dijk's going to make a major blow to Liverpool," well, even when he was in the team, they were still getting goals put past them. So it didn't really fit out to me. But I thought Fabinho tonight was solid at centre back, and like I put in the comments, any defensive-minded player can play a defensive role. It doesn't matter what role it is. We've seen players like Fabinho. I've seen him play right back before. I've seen him play centre back before,
Hmm.
and CDM.
Come
Loads of
on,
defensive
but
players can do that.
you can't imagine that. Someone playing out of position just because they're defensive minded means that they can play it as good as people that that's their original position. I don't think it's not
Yeah,
exactly
but
the
when you
same.
grow when you okay, but when you're growing up and you're playing football, you learn different positions. You don't just learn the one position you're going to
Yeah,
play.
that's different from
That's
playing
why
at
you get
at their
different midfielders
professional
playing
level.
different positions.
But it's like man, I mean, like we've seen professional players change positions multiple times. Like the prime example is James Milner. James Milner plays as a left back, midfielder, and he used to play
Exactly.
as a left winger as at Man City. Um, Same as Ashley Young. He was a winger for Man United, but he became a left back. But the thing
Yeah,
about Fabinho that
yeah,
the Fabinho at Monaco, he in my at first he was what I because I remember, like, you know how like people get like linked to players from other teams and stuff like that.
Hmm.
When Manchester United was linked to Fabinho, he was a right back for Monaco.
Yeah, it
That's the
was.
position I wanted him to play for us. I didn't even think about Fabinho being a defensive midfielder.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Go ahead.
not right.
Finish up. Yes, since I finish up.
Yeah, so Fabinho at Monaco played as a right back, played as a defensive midfielder, played as a left back. He actually did play those positions, and then it is interesting because you see other teams, like you see Ajax players, you see Monaco players that can play multiple positions as well. Um, so it's not technically like you're completely changing the player that Fabinho is. It's just that
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean. So it's like so it's like Fabinho can
You're
just
not
turn.
throwing him in at the deep end,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, exactly. Hmm.
I think for me, I think Fabio is, like I said, is good. My problem with Liverpool is Gomez. Gomez always slept. He fall asleep a lot of time, and it's gonna
Hmm.
be giving what is called Arnold a lot of time for him to think that should I step forward, should I stay back? Because we know he can't defend.
Mm.
It's by that has been covering him up a lot. That's why they need Matip. Matip is the only one that can say yes. He can easily help what's called Arnold to make him more of a defensive. But at the moment, my worry with it is Gomez, because once Gomez slept off, it's completely over. So that's why I said Fabio is gonna be of an help for them a lot because he's very good in the defensive play, and also he can also defend also. That's why I think they won't miss too much of Van Dijk. But you come to a game when they're gonna miss Van Dijk a lot, like that Liverpool goal in which is it Carvalho when they scored the goal? If Van Dijk was there, he won't score that goal. He won't. He will not. So that's a little bit of iffy with that Liverpool defense. But at the moment, I think they're looking good with Fabinho for me. They're looking real good.
But guys, also
Defense,
they
let's be
do. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Redo.
no, just it's still better than Chelsea's defense. Let's be real here, you know. So, but, sorry, go on,
Yeah.
just
No, also I guess we also have to keep in mind the league. This league is crazy, crazy league. You know, so not. I mean, you don't have like exceptional teams and quote unquote exceptional teams in terms of the big six. Like you see, Man United, we struggled early. Chelsea are struggling. They tied with Southampton. They're leaking goals. I mean, you would think that if Liverpool like actually get their act together and actually started to like literally dominate the team and the front team just goes berserk, that they can easily win this league. To be honest, you know. Yeah,
Okay. So, I think it's tough, but I think Van Dijk will be. Let me say, it's gonna be a huge miss for Liverpool. Will it be that much huge risk? I'm not sure because I look at how the Liverpool play. If they play high line, even if they play high line, they still concede goal. But I think with Van Dijk experience in that defense, he helped them. Especially Arnold. He helped Arnold a lot in terms of defending. But I think with Fabio now, I think they're gonna look alright. They will be fine. They will massively. I don't think they're gonna be like that much
mhm.
of a suspect. But what I want to bring out is, do you guys think Pickford should have been given red card or just because of VAR didn't like overlook it because it was an offer and everything? Do you think he should have been given a red card of like maybe like a 3 match ban or 4 match ban? Let me go to Vilton first.
Nah, I think that it wasn't intentional. I don't think it was intentional and warranting of a red card.
So you don't think it wasn't intentional that deserve a red card?
No, no, no.
wow.
I think it was a red card because I thought it was reckless and it was dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was dangerous play. I don't think I agree. I don't think it was intentional, but I mean, I will hope that a lot of the tackles, the red card tackles, are not intentional. That's
Yeah.
what I would hope. You know, like people don't
Let me
go out and try to break people's leg and stuff like that on purpose. That would be bad for football. But yeah, in my opinion, it should have been a red card. He should have had a 3 match ban. Like the guy was out of control and he just got. It was a bad tackle. It was a terrible tackle.
So let me go to Vilton now. So do you think it should have been given a red card or like maybe the VAR was just like it was an
That's what I
offside, so
think.
we
I
don't
don't
even need
think
to
it's
look
a.
at it?
Hello, can I come
Or do
in?
you really blame VAR for that incident or be like VAR, you need to check this?
I can't
Yes.
really blame VAR because, like I tell everybody, VAR isn't really the issues. It's the rules. VAR is just a tool. Like the referee just following the rule that VAR just following the rules that whoever set the rules. That's what VAR is doing. Yeah, it should have been a foul, but I don't see. I don't see the one on Pickford. I don't really blame Pickford that much because he was trying to get the ball, but Van Dijk was offside. But Pickford, it's not like Pickford knew Van Dijk was offside. You still got to go for the ball. As a goalkeeper, you can't really speculate the defender is offside. But it was a bad challenge at the same time. I get it, he was offside, but I see. To be honest, it's tough. I don't know if it's a red card or not. Yeah, the challenge is a red card, but Van Dijk was also offside, so if you're the referee, what do you do in that situation? That's where I don't know how the rule is. I don't know how the rule is. Does the rule say that if the defender is but my guess but this is what's bad about it though. If the rule is actually like that, then that means if let's say the player's offside, that means somebody can punch somebody else in the face and get away
Hello.
with it since there's no
No,
offside.
there's a difference, massive difference there.
But I don't know how the rule is
The
like
rule, the
it.
rule, the rule is to put it's dangerous play. So
But
yeah,
what about the offside though? What about the offside?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So it was
So
off.
Pickford should have got a red card then.
Yeah, Pickford should
Then
have
why
got it
didn't VAR
because
say
this is the thing. So it's like people need to understand that VAR is still manned, okay, by people, by referees. So as long as it was, what probably the referee who was in charge of VAR saw the incident and was probably like, that's not enough for a red card. So it's still a human being making a a subjective decision behind the camera, if that makes any sense. The objective decision in that instance, the offside, that was the objective decision. Whether you to send Pickford off or not was the subjective decision, and ultimately a referee who wasn't in the game made that decision. Now, personally, for me, I think the simple solution to this whole thing would have just been for Michael Oliver on the field to just have gone to Pittsburgh Monster and looked at it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, it's definitely a red card challenge for sure.
Yeah,
I just
and
don't know
Yeah,
how the
oh, yeah.
rule is.
he would have clarified, and he would have
Hello,
clarified
I
that.
think going on overdrive. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
That said, people going way over the top on what they're calling to with Pickford and stuff like that, like death threats and he should be banned for the whole season
Okay,
and
I
stuff
think
like
we're going
that.
on overdrive.
It's nonsense.
Okay, go. Nyagi, go for it. I can go for it. You can hear you. Go for it. Go for it. Speak about it. Speak about it.
Yankee, you speaking or?
Okay,
Nyagi,
I think we're
Hello,
going on
Bianchi, go
overdrive
on.
because of the result of the injury. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Can you
can.
guys hear
Go
me?
on.
yeah, we can. I think your network.
We
is
can
good.
go on. Speak.
We can
Okay,
hear you.
I said I think.
Go on.
I think we're going on overdrive because of the result of the injury. As at when the tackle came in on Van Dijk, even the VAR showed over and over again, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't malicious. At that point in time, let's ask ourselves, if Van Dijk wasn't injured, if he had carried on with the game, would we be asking for a red card? No. It is because we have seen that he got a great injury out of it. That's why we're asking for a red card. In my opinion, it's not a red. The keeper went in to get the ball. Van Dijk was clearly offside. It was clearly a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, I agree that it was not intentional and it was a mistake. But I mean, it's still a bad tackle. I
Yeah.
mean, that tackle was not. I mean, Van Dijk was going for the ball, but he completely missed the ball, and he got the guy's knee.
That's why
That is,
I said that
no,
that's why I said if he wasn't injured, Van Dijk would have continued with the game. And
yeah. Go ahead.
Van Dijk would have continued with the game and everything would have gone clearly. It's because of the injury. That's why that's why we are believing that he should have gotten a red card. VAR kept showing it again and again and again that there was no malicious intent for it. It was just an unfortunate incident. So I don't think he should get a red. Exactly.
But do you guys think the Richarlison one should have been given? It should have been like 5-match ban.
No, well, you could say 5, but not. That's way too much. 5 match. I say 2-3 match ban, but not 5 match.
The Richarlison.
I don't know, man.
Like 5 match. That's a little bit harsh.
No, but then Vilton, look, I looked at that challenge. He looked
But it
at
was a
Thiago.
bad.
He looked at Thiago and he rushed at the guy. Like I mean, I'm not trying to say he did it on purpose.
That's
fact that
the thing, though.
look,
I think he did.
And he was like,
Because the whistle was already blown.
Ah.
Yes, society. The whistle was already blown. The whistle was already blown, and he still did the challenge.
but it was unnecessary. Look, Pickford is different. Pickford, is a goalkeeper. He sees danger. He has to come out. Richarlison didn't have to do the tackle, and it was a nonsense tackle, to be honest.
Listen, see, for every time I watch Richarlison, I feel like I don't know whether it has anything to do with his expression, his facial expression. I'm sorry, guys,
Yeah.
but I tend to feel like he knows he always has this intention to, if he doesn't get the ball, to get the leg or something. So it's difficult for me to say it was intentional and stuff. And I totally agree that he should have gotten a ban. He should have gotten a ban. The guy, it was totally uncalled for, unnecessary. And if we're talking about kind of a foul that deserves a stiff punishment, I mean, that's the one that we should call.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Red Devil, do you think Richarlison should have been given like a 2, 3, 4-match ban, or just like his mama getting a red card?
Wait, what do I think Arsenal should have given a match free? Well, he has been. He was a straight red. He's already got a 3-match ban.
But do you think it should be more than 3-match ban?
Why?
Because
That's what I'm saying. That's messed up.
I don't understand.
No.
This one,
I was watching the ESPN FC. The guy was saying Richarlison should be banned for 7 games.
Why?
No.
I don't
Why?
understand. Like,
That's extreme.
Just like with the
chill.
Pickford one, right? He also said Jordan Pickford should be banned as long as Van Dijk doesn't come back.
No,
Until Van Dijk
Pickford
comes
was
back, he
just
should be banned.
7 match
He
ban.
should be banned for
No one
7
even
Exactly
said,
how
no
he
one even
criticized
said
the
this
guys
stuff
behind
when
VAR.
Tom did the tackle of Gomez that was dangerous. And I
Yeah.
thought people,
This
I
guy's
didn't see
sick.
Liverpool
Pickford
fans.
should be banned for 7.
No, I didn't see any Liverpool fans be like, no. So that's like at the end of the day, it's dangerous thing. He gets a 3-match ban. That's it. You know, it is what it is. You know, so like I said, I think that people have been a bit overboard with, and to be honest, the way I kind of see it with Dijk is that like it will really, if Liverpool win this season, it will really show that they weren't so heavily reliant on Van Dijk, and it was actually a team that actually won them the league. If one player is the reason why you can't compete for league title, then to be honest, you're not that good of a team, in my personal opinion. You know, so and it's like other teams and other haven't had injury issues or whatever. You know, so they're gonna have to knuckle down and try and win the league. You know, so with what they have, you know, so simple as that. But no, with Charles, it's not gonna. There've been worse, like worse tackles. Like still weren't even punished. Graham Souness, who was one of the pundits, was like, "Oh, he should be talking like Graham Souness back in the day was kicking people in the chest."
exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, so and I've seen these people have the audacity, even Steve Nichols, to say these things, you know, oh, but the game's different now. It doesn't change the fact that you almost put the guy in a coma in the 70s. Like, it's still a dangerous challenge is still a dangerous challenge, whether it was 30 years ago or, you know, 5 days ago. You know what I mean? Kicking someone in the head just because the game has changed is still dangerous. You know, so no, Liverpool fans need to still we wish Van Dijk a speedy recovery, but you know,
So let's talk about the UCL now. Firstly, let's talk about the Tuesday one before we talk about the today.
we'll start with Chelsea first, please.
Yeah. So we'll talk about Chelsea, Sevilla, and the Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh my God, bro.
United. So
It's been
Said
such
and
a
then
bad
get
week
them
of
with-
football, man.
Huge. Yes,
Week
Said
of
and
football,
we're
man.
gonna come to you
Trash.
last.
And a great week of football.
We're gonna
Yo,
come to you guys last.
This
So
week
that
been
you-
trash, bro. I don't
By
count
the way,
football.
may I
This week of
may I
football has
just
been
add
Guys,
absolutely
huge.
garbage.
Perfect. You.
Miyangi is
Yes, Said
actually
and
a
then we're
Chelsea
gonna
fan.
we'll come to you guys last because you're a United fan.
Miyangi is a Chelsea fan. Just
So I
a
know.
heads up.
So as a Chelsea fan now, the
Sorry.
Chelsea Sevilla match, for me, I already told us that I said it already. I said it. Lampard is getting on not on my nerves, on most of Chelsea fans' nerves. Is seriously pissing me off a lot. I've been backing Lampard for when he got hired, and at the moment, I am losing total confidence in Frank Lampard. My question for him is, why must you play Mason Mount on the wing when you have a proper winger that needs to be playing the match? Mason Mount is a wing is a proper midfield. Must you play him even if you want to play him on the wing? Must you play him on the left wing when you have Christian Pulisic, who has been the best player last season? After the lockdown, he's been our best player. You play him on the right and you play Mason Mount on the left. So what reason do you give us in playing him? That's my first question to Lampard. My second question to him is like, you've given an excuse. Hakim Ziyech is not fit. I can understand that. I can take that to the chin. But you cannot tell me, you can't tell us, all Chelsea fans, everybody watching that, Callum Hudson-Odoi is injured too, or is not fully fit to play. If you don't trust him, put him on the match to play. Let's see. If it's truly bad, we will see. But you cannot tell me just because Hakim Ziyech is not fit and you don't trust Callum enough to play him in the wing and you play Mason Mount on a midfielder as a winger. That I cannot accept. That I cannot accept that. No. That I can't accept. So that is really getting on. I really don't know what is going on. You'll be playing this guy week in, week out, week in, week out. Every match you'll be playing him. I don't even think he has even got a rest for that much. So that's my issue with Lampard at the moment now. Where exactly are we heading to? Because in this team now, I see no tactics. It's only individuals playing. That's all goes. No tactics, no structure, no nothing. We all say patient. How long are we gonna be patient with him? How long? Roman is very crazy. Roman could decide tomorrow morning, Lampard is gone. Forget about sentiment. Roman wants to win. He's a winner. Abramovich is a winner. He's a completely winner. Another guy that is not stupid enough. She's not stupid enough. They are completely. Only Gunnar Solskjaer is not back. He's not back. Look at what he's
Abdullah, you're really upset, bro.
I'm mad at him. I'm seriously angry with him.
Because
Oh my
you
god.
play Mason Mount in the wing. Why? That's my question. Why? Why would you do it? Why?
Okay, my thing is right. Ziyech is not fit, right? Is
Yes,
Hudson okay? Would Hudson Odoi play better on the right better than Mount?
exactly. He will because he's a dynamic winger. He's
Okay, so he could play on the right or the left.
Christian Pulisic was playing on the right. Why?
Right.
Yeah,
Same
because
right.
Pulisic will be on the right and Hudson Odoi will be on the left since Ziyech is
They
not
can
fit yet.
switch. They
No,
can
but no,
both of
no,
them can switch.
no.
But must you play Mason Mount there? Must you? That's my question to Lampard.
No, 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 no.
Must
Because
you?
I
That's
think
my
because
one way.
if you look at
because
last
my
season,
Okay,
well,
go for it.
you go ahead, bro.
Go for it. Go for it. Finish up.
Bro, you
left-hand
about
Yeah,
to
side
go
say
of the
for
something?
game.
it. Yeah,
So
you could
it's
go for it.
basic.
Mm-hmm.
So 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 it's basic. Just play Pulisic on the left and play Cho on the right. You don't have to play
Simple.
a
That's how
midfielder
he
on the
does
wing.
it.
When you
Simple.
have a natural winger
You
in your
play them in
team,
their right
use your winger.
position.
This is Lampard that played over 10 seasons at Chelsea. He never at any point in time played in the wings. You're a central midfielder, you're a central midfielder. You want to play Mount, play him in the central midfield. If you want to use him in all games, build your formation around him, but do not play him out of position when you have natural wingers that can play that position. If you say
Especially
It's
when
not
Ziyech
you're
is
Because
playing
okay,
your
last
best players
season,
out
he,
of
because last
Mount,
season,
position.
I
You
I
play
could
your best
understand.
player. You
I
play
could
Pulisic
understand
out
last
of
season.
position just to accommodate Mount.
I could
It doesn't
understand
why.
make any
why.
sense.
I could understand last season Chelsea had a transfer ban. You had to play man. I can understand, but this season you have Hudson Odoi fit. Like you could play him. And my thing against the West Brom game, if Hudson Odoi doesn't come in the game, Chelsea loses that game. If he doesn't come on the game, he changed the entire game around.
he
When
begs to wonder. Then why didn't they sell him to Bayern? If you're not going to use him, why didn't you sell him? You can't be bringing
that's
in
what.
a young boy 90 minutes to come and do what in the game against Sevilla?
Bro, I
90 minutes,
was
not playing.
crazy. I was
But at the
upset.
same time, though, this Sevilla and Chelsea game was so boring. It's like Chelsea and Sevilla. It's like the owner, both of the owner told each other that you know what, guys, our group is really easy. Let's just grind it out and get the draw between each other. Then we're gonna just beat the other little team and qualify. Because when you watch the game, none of them were trying to go for the 3 points.
It was
They were
even
just
worse from
passing the ball
Chelsea's
around.
perspective. It was worse. Chelsea was supposed to be at home. Chelsea
I've
was supposed
been
to be the
You're
side
at
that was
home,
supposed to be
I've been
exactly.
lying.
Chelsea playing
safer.
at home.
Chelsea was supposed
I
to be the
thought
better
Havertz was
side.
the new German
It
Zidane. That's
was
what I was told.
terrible. You know what? You know what?
Do you
I
German
think?
was
Do you
I
think
Zidane.
was watching
Sevilla?
the game. Yeah, the last time I had the feeling I had during the game was when Sarri was Chelsea's manager. But Sarri didn't even get more than a season at Chelsea.
Yeah, that's a
Lampard
thing.
literally just keeps passing. I was watching other games. I was watching Atalanta Midland game this evening, and literally what I was seeing what we should be playing. Chelsea's defenders, central defenders, just keep passing the ball along amongst themselves, sideways, back, sideways, and you barely ever see any attempt. You know, how many shots on target did you even have yesterday? It was terrible. You struggle to see what Chelsea is trying to do. Do you get me? It's
And that's also my
terrible
problem.
And
Let me
at
quick.
my
every
That's
other
also
other
my
problem
position.
is
problem with Lampard.
And he never
it
takes responsibility.
is Werner best
Here's my
position as
problem.
a central forward, or is he better playing out wide? Is
Exactly,
he better out wide or as a
exactly.
central forward?
This is why I say Lampard is tactically deficient. When you start Werner as a top striker in a game like the one against Sevilla yesterday, at some point you saw that it wasn't working for him again. You could have removed Mount and moved Werner to the wings, and you have three strikers in the team. You have three strikers. Tammy Abraham is there,
Yeah,
Giroud
you
is
have
there.
Abraham
Switch
and
formations.
Giroud. Yeah, you could do what
Switch
Real Madrid.
formations.
You
Werner
could
is
do a
fast. He
4-3-3
can go on the
formation like what Real Madrid do. Benzema is
exactly
like
switch
the with
formation.
yeah. Giroud could be your supporting striker and Wenger
Lampard
could play out
is
wide. I don't know
tactically
why he didn't do that.
deficient.
But this
Let me
this
take our mind
Saturday
back to
though,
the last things.
this Saturday if Zia doesn't start, Mount is in love with
Yo,
Mount.
yo,
He's
yo,
in
Red
love
Devil,
with
can you
Mount.
chill? Can you chill? We'll come to this Saturday. Just chill.
It's okay.
I
I
know,
still
I know
Red,
you
expect.
guys will
I,
win the
I
Red,
game.
Red
expect
Just
Devil,
Chelsea.
chill.
I expect Chelsea
Wait,
to
by
win
the
this
way,
game.
who's home this Saturday?
Old Trafford. It's
United.
Old
So I
Trafford.
expect
United.
United.
Chelsea to
Old
win this game.
Trafford.
If,
No,
Old
if
Trafford.
Zia doesn't start that game, if Zia doesn't start that game, Mount
oh
Lampard is in
my
love with
god,
Mount. Lampard is
Chelsea,
in love with Mount.
I didn't know it was at home.
Chelsea will win the game, so it's fine.
You know
Red
how?
Devil, chill, chill. Offside. You want to say something? Go
Yeah,
for it.
God.
No, I just said. I mean, we'll come to Saturday's game. We'll talk about that one later.
Mm-hmm. But okay, let me ask you now, offside. Being a Chelsea fan, what's your stand on Lampard at the moment? For me, as a Chelsea fan, I'm saying it already. I'm already done with Lampard. I'm completely done with him. I'm saying it. I'm serious
Can't be
at the
done with
moment.
Lampard. He's a
I
Chelsea
am.
legend. You can't be done with
You know
him.
what? Red Devils. I am.
Abdullahi.
Abramovich is not stupid enough to know what not to know what he's doing.
My thing is, all
Guardiola is not
right.
stupid enough
I meant to
because
ask you guys, what's Chelsea goal this season with
exactly
Lampard?
that
What's the
is my
goal? Is
thinking.
it
Everybody
for
is
you
saying
guys to win
patience,
the
patience,
Prem,
patience.
the FA Cup, or to win the Champions League, or to make the Champions League semi-final at least? What's
As a Chelsea
Chelsea
fan, I already
goal?
said it. Our goal this season is win the FA Cup, go far in the Champions League, and finish it that second or third.
Abdullahi, were you the one that wrote the goal? Are you the one that wrote the goal?
That's not what
No, no, no.
that's
Except to have been hypocritic here, because Sarri won the Europa League and he was fired,
it was exactly
And got to the final of the Carabao Cup.
and got to the
exactly.
final, he was fired.
And he won
So
the
if you,
Europa League, he got fired.
so if you're,
So my guess
so
is
But was he
Chelsea
really
has to
fired?
win.
Was he fired or Juve actually bought him out?
No,
No, he
he
was
was
fired.
lying. To
To
be
be
fair,
honest with you, this season,
he was lying.
Abdullahi, Chelsea should be going for the Prem. The Prem is open for anyone
It's
to win it.
hopeful.
To be
That is my worry with Lampard at the moment.
It's
Yo,
open for anyone to win it.
it's
So
open,
Chelsea should be going
and
for it.
I didn't
and
want
he
things
got every player. Lampard got every player that he wanted. He got every one of them. So he does not have any excuse this season not to go for it. He doesn't have any
Exactly.
excuse.
Abdullah,
you should give him a full season. Give Lampard a full proper season with this team and let's see what happens. Each other. You guys are a bit impatient sometimes. You need to sometimes like just be patient.
Okay, Red Devil Studio. With the squad that Chelsea have, don't you expect them to make the Champions League semi-final at least? Because let's be real, the top quality team that could eliminate Chelsea are Bayern and Liverpool. Those are the teams that should eliminate Chelsea from the Champions League. But other than that, Madrid we're not looking hot. Manchester City, I don't trust Manchester City in Europe. Inter is not looking strong. Borussia Dortmund or choke artists. PSG failed me yesterday. Manchester United, we all know y'all not going far. Y'all just hyped right now. But
Milton, chill. You lost 3-2.
You need to
It's
chill for a second.
shot than this, bro.
no, I'm just speaking
You
facts. It's facts, isn't it?
man,
No,
okay, like,
I'm just speaking facts. I'm not hating on any of you. I'm just speaking facts. Realistically,
No.
we all know Manchester United is not winning the Champions League. Realistically, we all know that.
Let
But
me say
I'm
something
saying
to you,
that's why I'm saying I think Chelsea has to make the Champions League semi-final. They have to. With the team that they have this season, they have to.
They don't have to. They don't have to.
This is a new squad. This is more or less a
PSG.
new squad.
Yeah, but you keep on saying this, but PSG, you're saying that they spent I don't. Why is it spent arguing? PSG spent like half a billion and only reached the Champions League final like last season.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
PSG have no history though. Chelsea does.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
but I mean, we're talking about quality of players though. Like they have the quality of players to. You say they have no history, but that didn't explain their.
Let's be real though. Without
But
that
guys,
front three, without Verratti and Neymar and Mbappe and Di Maria, who does PSG really have?
I mean, Neymar isn't even really in the conversation in 2020.
Guys.
Let's be clear.
Exactly.
guys,
That's what I'm saying.
let me say something real quick. If we're being 100% honest here, the 100% no bias or nothing, this Chelsea team is grossly underperforming. This team
I concur.
this team finished fourth last season. They finished fourth last season and had the best transfer window than anyone in the entire world. There's not been a single team that had the transfer window that Chelsea has had. The quality of players that Chelsea had is unbelievable. They have three. They almost had three players in each position, and the problem I see with Chelsea is that Lampard and the players don't have any idea what they're doing. Because
Said,
it's
to cut
yeah,
to cut you short.
Nothing.
To cut you short.
Nothing.
Okay, to
yeah.
cut you short. Those players we look at like we got like Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and Martin Ziyech. We completely understand. My problem with Lampard is last season we can see what you want to do last season because of the transfer ban. We see as fans we know. But this season, I did not see any structure, no play, no pattern, no nothing. And the funniest part that is even pissing me off at the moment is
Just one win in 5 games.
Why must we
But
play Mason Mount on the wing? That is my question.
but let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you Chelsea fans a
I still
question.
don't know what's Chelsea best formation because I
Hold-
don't know where Werner wants to
No, no, no.
play.
Wait.
I can't predict it.
Because I don't know.
Chill,
Because
chill,
I feel
chill,
like for
Chelsea
me,
fans. Chill.
I feel like
Abdullahi, let me ask you guys an honest question. In my opinion, okay, so what players in this Chelsea team that you see has been is a similar to the team you guys had last season? Because what it looks like to me is that you guys completely changed the team that finished fourth. That's my opinion. Because there's no Tommy Abraham. He doesn't play no more for no. I
Yeah,
don't know why. There's no Giroud anymore.
yeah.
that's
Harvard
the
and
thing.
Werner plays all the time.
That question
See,
you asked,
my
that
thing
question.
is,
What
I
I'm
feel
saying
like
about
Chelsea, bro.
Few guys. Let
I
me go
feel
for it.
Chelsea would work better in a 4-3-3 formation with they should play Giroud, Team River as the 9, and Werner on the left, Oziech on the right, and
Vilton,
Havertz.
I
And
think that question, Said, that I can answer that question perfectly well. See,
Yeah.
look at it how we play now. Lampard gave us an excuse last season. He played most classes that is in the 4-3-3, not 4-3-1. Mostly he played Liverpool, he played 4-3-3. Against United, they play 4-3-3. Man City, he play 4-3-3. Most last season in his match, he played 4-3-3. I completely understand that. This season, he changed a little bit of my issue with Lampard. I've been saying it is we all know Giroud may be break, but this guy is useful. Why don't you play Timo Werner and Olivier Giroud together? Play them.
Mhm.
Play them
then
together.
you could have if you play Werner on the right, you could have Ziyech on the left and Giroud as the number
You
9,
can play a
and you
3-5-2
still could have
or a
Havertz, and you
4-4-2
still could have
diamond
Havertz.
with
You know,
Olivier Giroud and Timo Werner together. Play
Then you
both
could
of them
have
together.
Pulisic.
You guys don't
Sometimes you could even
understand. You guys don't
I'm
alternate.
understand.
lie. We need to move on from Chelsea because I know that you guys
yeah.
are not a Chelsea
Niang wanted
here.
to say something.
You
Maybe
guys need
go
to
for
we
it.
need to talk about United.
Oh
Just
my
basically
god! Oh my
Let them
god!
PSG. That needs to be because you all
Let
said
them we'll talk
Oh
about
my
that. We'll talk
god!
about that.
Enjoy
Abdullahi,
it, bro.
you all said
Enjoy it,
it
United
was
fan. Enjoy
you
it,
Let
man.
all
them
said
Enjoy
talk
it.
about that. We'll talk
you
about that.
see
We'll talk about that.
let me let can I land? Can I
No
land at
worries.
least?
No, land. Finish up.
Land. Can I land. You all said he was a Norwegian PE teacher. Okay, you all said he was a Norwegian PE teacher that Mbappe and Neymar were going to get hat tricks against this side. You all said that the Manchester United were finished. That how could they do again? That it was the fluke that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went to Paris last time and won because Neymar wasn't playing. Oh, the referee. Oh, Neymar wasn't playing. Oh, Neymar had played. He would have beaten the team that had Tahith Chong and Mason Greenwood. Oh, Neymar wasn't there. Neymar was playing last
Hey,
time I checked.
y'all won because PSG know this was only a group stage game. They're not taking it
Neymar was
serious.
playing.
Not taking
Wow.
it serious.
Neymar and
Don't even
Mbappe,
try.
Di Maria, they were all playing, okay? And Neymar got pocketed by a guy who's not played professional football for a year. Okay, that is what happened, okay? Tellez,
Yeah.
who just come off the ship from Portugal, okay, playing a good game, like United, okay, and the thing is, it wasn't just a hope and run. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tactically, whatever he said about him is a PG outclassed Tuchel. Tuchel did not know what to do in that game. And as soon as
Oh,
Pogba came on, we PSG held the L, and Marcus Rashford,
mhm.
who apparently is who apparently is a trash player, we call him Marcus Rashford.
Mhm.
He scored the winning goal.
Mhm.
Let them
Mhm.
Score again.
Beautiful.
We gave you the goal. We gave you an own goal. So I think, and I said this at the start of this thing, and shout out to Yassir who's listening because Yassir said the United were going to beat
Let them.
PSG.
Yes, he will speak last. He will speak last. He's a United fans.
Mhm.
Don't
And
worry.
you all laughed at him.
He will.
You all on the hangout. You all
Mhm.
laughed at Yassir.
Yep.
You all laughed at him. Okay, now he's laughing now.
Sorry,
You
you
know-
speak last.
You know
He will
what?
speak last.
About that game though. You know, so
Don't worry. It will.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just the final point, just with like, irrespective of this result, and I'll get my realism hat on. The most important game for me was always going to be this second game coming up, which is against Leipzig, because obviously the whole point of getting is just qualifying for the group stages anyway. So for me, it was always going to be between Leipzig and Manchester United in my mind. So as far as I'm concerned, obviously the win against PSG, great. We've got 3 points in the bag. I'm assuming PSG are going to be Istanbul. I'm assuming they're going to be Istanbul. So if we've got Leipzig at home, if Manchester United can do the business against Leipzig, and we do, I believe, have a stronger team than
Yeah,
Leipzig,
we're in good position, bro.
my team's a better
Yeah.
coach. If we beat Leipzig, then as far as I'm concerned, we've already qualified. If we're going to play Istanbul back to back, we should win both of those
Oh, yeah.
games. We'll have 12
Are we?
points. Sorry?
Wait. We were playing Istanbul back to back. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it goes PSG, Leipzig,
Y'all
Istanbul.
losing
back
that game. That's the funny thing about Manchester United. Y'all play so good against the big team, but what I want to see with Manchester United is what's going to happen when y'all play against a team that lets you guys have the ball and you guys have to break them down. That's
Like
what I'm excited for.
You mean like Newcastle the weekend?
Yeah.
You mean like Newcastle the weekend? Mate, don't worry. You can don't worry. Cardiff can come to Manchester and we'll beat Cardiff. Don't worry, Bilton. Don't worry. We'll beat
Bro,
Cardiff.
relax. Bro. See, bro, relax, bro.
Yes. I'm relaxed.
We have to we let Sector beat us to try to make the Champions League a little more interesting, bro. We have to make it a little bit interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to just lubricate
you guys should be lucky that Conte is a bigger brick than Zidane right now. Because Conte, we'll talk about Inter Milan later, but Conte is, and I still believe, is a massive fraud.
Bro, Zidane is not a brick. Zidane doesn't have the players right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Brick for not playing Bale.
Bill. No. I'm sorry. Bill's garbage. Bill should be. Bill, please let's not mention Bill. Bill is done. Bill, I don't want to see this guy. He's done. He's garbage. He's done. He's finito.
Was he worse than how Hazard has been?
Oh my God!
Yes.
What a waste of money. It's like spending 100 million.
You mean Fadzar? Fadzar was. I'm tired of talking about Fadzar.
I can't believe that Gareth Bale will perform worse than how Hazard is playing right
now.
now.
But let's be real though. See, I'm not calling fat and everything, but before he was injured, he was actually playing okay before he was injured. But he's still fat though, so I don't want him at my club. But hey, Zidane wanted him. See, my thing with Zidane, I feel like Zidane is a.
Wait, Bilton, Abdullah is trying to say something.
I wanted to say something. So let's go. Let's make like a little more. Okay, we're gonna talk about Madrid. We're gonna talk about Madrid, but let's just.
No, we don't need to talk about Madrid. We could move on. We're
gonna take. You guys play today, so you guys know you have to take your head. I want United already. It's gonna roast me today because I never give United a chance. I know it's gonna talk last. So he's gonna roast me. I already know. I'm ready. I know. I took my head. No.
We should talk about Bayern Atletico.
So let me go to Park. So for the Tuesday match, let me go to Chelsea Sevilla first. So will you blame all the blame to Lampard, or you said the team still need to jail a little bit? Because at the moment for me, I am done with Lampard. I am completely done with him. I don't like to say about done. I don't know. I'm done with him.
I mean, to be honest, like watching like the highlights back, I think Sevilla like dominated the game. Anyways, like I don't think there was a lot Lampard could do because Lopetegui like set the team up perfectly. Like, what's it called, like 34-year-old Jesus Navas man of the match. It says a lot.
I really don't want to say like. So, do you think we should be more patient with Lampard? Or like,
you need to give him at least until the new year, like because you just got a ton of new players. It takes time for everything to gel together. Like even with Pep, when you got all.
Everybody keeps saying the same thing that it takes time, but we need to understand what exactly is going on. Because Lampard, I'm beginning to question him. I'm beginning to question Lampard. I'm beginning to question him.
But at the same time, like you have to give him time. Like what's called Vernon's. Yeah, like how these are all like new to the Premier League. Like you need to give him time to adapt. Like give him time to the rest schedule, like the rest everything, like games thick and fast, everything. So just give him a bit.
Yeah, I can give him time, like because of the way we start. But the time I cannot give him is Mason Mount playing in the wing. That one I cannot give him time with that. I cannot do that. No. He has been doing that for many matches now. Must you play him on the wing? Is he a winger? No. Is a midfielder. So if you don't want to play Mason Mount, take him out of the team. Take him out completely out of the team. Don't play him. Do not. If you know it doesn't beat because for me it's not doing anything in that team. Why must we be playing him? Why? I can give him time. I understand, but playing Mason Mount on the wing, that one I cannot give him time for that. I cannot. If you continue doing that, I'm saying that the Chelsea fans, he will get sacked. Roman will sack him. Be sentiment apart. Being the legend of Chelsea, sentiment apart. Roman will sack him.
Roman Abramovich will tell him the door is open, you can go. Abramovich is a winner. He wants to win. He is one of the he wants to win. So we can't say Lampard is the legend now. We have to be sentimental. Like, let's just give him time.
Yeah,
If
you're
it's not
spot on.
the right team, he will go. They will sack him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
At the moment, I have already lost hope on him already. I have completely.
I would say give him time, but like obviously that's your prerogative.
So let me go to Niang first. So do you think I'm gonna like with two overreacting on Lampard, or like you already lost confidence on the hope on him, but like this team is a little bit for me in terms of gelling?
I don't think we're overreacting. I wanted to say this earlier. If you look at the first season, the second stint of Mourinho at Chelsea when he came for the second time, if you remember that first season, he talked
Yeah.
about the small horse going to be the big horse. What am I trying to bring out there? Everybody saw something in that team that, okay, this team will gel together going into the next season. That means they can do something better. And that was why he talked about the small horse growing. And if you notice, the second season, Chelsea won the league with Mourinho. That is, you know, you could see something there. But here, Lampard spent last season with this team. There's no transformation between last season and now.
And this
There's
is
nothing you are seeing. There's nothing that is giving you hope that okay, this team will come forth. Every passing game is reducing. 3 points are going. We've played 5 games now. We've only had 1 win in 5 games. So you keep looking at it. Where does the hope want to come from? The hope will not come from anywhere. Like the other guy said, if he doesn't do well, he will get sacked. He's not the only legend that will come to a club and get sacked. Kenny Dalglish coached Liverpool. When he wasn't performing, he got sacked. So there's no big deal about him being a legend. It will not reduce his legendary status that he's still a Chelsea legend. But right now, we need results. And even if you want to play Mount, set up your formation in a way that would fix Mount in his best position. You can play him in the mid. You can find a 10 for him. You can find a midfield position for him. You don't have to play him out of position just because you want to play him when you have people that can play in that same position.
The thing is, Mungi, why would Statesman say to all Chelsea fans this is arguable one of the problems as to why you just don't go and just buy tons of players, because there is for me, I don't really understand why Chelsea needed Kai Havertz. You know,
exactly.
I agree. Totally.
So if you had Mason Mount, this whole thing would have been solved by just don't spend 100 million on Kai Havertz. Mason Mount can play at the top in the number 10 position or whatever, and then you can play Ziyech or Chow on that right side, Pulisic on the left, Timo Werner for the front, and then Drew as backup. Simple as that. But we decided because Havertz was statement signing and we top thing to buy him, and now you've got to play him because the only thing in defense to Lampard and like it's to a lesser certain extent with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at United is that when you spend that amount of money on a player, you have to play him. Okay, at least in the first season. Okay, second, third, okay, you know, kind of like what's happened with Kepa, and also Lampard was the manager. But when you spend, you know, that's why I think Maguire, for example, is going to play on the weekend because we spent 80 million on him. You have to play him because that's the orders from up top. So up top, we'll be saying to Lampard, maybe Lampard doesn't even want to play Havertz, frankly. But up top, they'll say, you spend 100 million on that player, he's got to play. You've got to find a way
to play him.
How he fits in the team. But maybe Mason Mount, maybe Lampard, maybe prefers Mason Mount, or maybe controversially, maybe Mason Mount is actually better than Kai Havertz.
Whatever.
I prefer Mason
That's
Mount
another
to
angle.
Havertz.
That's true. That's true.
I will go for your side. I had a report after the match in Sevilla that Lampard said because the reason he has been playing Mason Mount is to accommodate Timo Werner, that he doesn't want to play Christian Pulisic on the left just because he's gonna get into the space of Timo Werner. And I look at myself like, I look at the like, Lampard, are you okay? So you're telling none of us that because Pulisic play on the left, Timo Werner can play on the left, they're gonna get into each other's space. So are you gonna tell us as a fan that we can't believe that? That's the reason you play Mason Mount. No, I cannot take that. No. Nope. That's not that for me. That is not an excuse for me. No.
I've not made a comment on Lampard because I'm between disappointed and tired. You know, I remember the last time, I think it was towards the tail end of last season when we were talking, I kept on saying, yeah, we should tone it down on our expectations, give him time, I'll be okay with just the top 4 finish this season. But I don't think I can live through these performances and these results till the end of the season. I totally can. Even till December, I don't see how this would work. And the comments you said you attributed to Lampard, credited to Lampard. I've not seen the comments. I didn't hear and I didn't read those.
I had it, but I'm not
But
sure
if
or
he
not.
did say that, it speaks volumes to how tactically deficient he is.
Intelligent.
Because how do you, in my opinion, Pulisic is our best player. Pulisic when he's in form, when he's when he's fit, he's Chelsea's best player. And I cannot understand why you would want to play your best player out of position to accommodate a certain other player that hasn't even given us or hasn't even put up a good enough performance in his own best position. So if you keep playing Kai Havertz, I understand. Yeah, you say you bought him. Chelsea signed him for a certain amount of money, but it still does not make sense when you're not getting the result. You make a decision, find something that works, and you stick by it. You can't keep tinkering till the end of the season. It literally feels like Chelsea is weaker this season than they were last season. They were better, producing better results last season with the likes of Giroud and Tammy Abraham and other younger players. This season it seems like we're even weaker because Lampard is tinkering and playing this player. He just doesn't know what he wants to do.
Shop out, shopping. Today, Christensen. Tomorrow, next tomorrow.
Exactly.
Next tomorrow again. What the hell is going on with Lampard? I don't know.
I think honestly, I hope we don't continue with this till December. If he keeps doing this, and he's stubborn.
Exactly.
He's stubborn. He doesn't take responsibility. He doesn't take corrections. Every single time, the same thing. The tactics doesn't work for me. I don't know what Chelsea's aim is. I don't know what Chelsea. In my
There is
opinion,
no tactics.
just as Red
Offset.
Devil
There
said,
is no tactics.
Chelsea did not need Kai Havertz one bit.
Offside. Yesterday night, I had a report. They said it. Massimiliano Allegri is going to take over for me. He's not careful enough, and that is what I want. This team needs what? This team needs face. We need to challenge back. We need to go back to the top. That is what I want. Lampard needs to take over now. Let Allegri come in, steady ship a little bit. Then before Lampard took over, this job is too big. Forget about him being the legend.
A good tactical coach would have removed Kai Havertz yesterday from that game.
Exactly. I was expecting him to take up Havertz and bring up.
I was expecting him.
Simple.
Very simple. Very simple.
Take him
You're
out.
playing
Take
at
him
home.
out. Bring on Giroud. Play 4-4-2.
Take him out. Play an experienced player.
Simple. How do you don't know what's going on with Lampard? I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for the sack. I'm very sure Roman will sack him. I can say that Roman is playing with fire. Forget about him being the legend. I said this is 30 minutes out of it. He's playing with fire. Roman is not yet to give you time for the. It's not yet for the youth. He wants to win. He's a winner. For him speaking about Allegri is a winner. He's a tactical mastermind winner. He knows how to win. So that is who I want in that team.
Do you know what I was thinking in the last game, yesterday night? I was just telling myself that I can imagine the number of experienced managers that will be salivating at being in charge of the current Chelsea setup.
Exactly.
God bless you. God bless you. Pochettino would be glad. Pochettino will be glad to hold this team.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. For me, I said it right up to you. No. I am praying on Saturday. I am praying to God. Just beat us 5-0 or 6-0. I'm very sure Lampard will survive. He will not survive.
You think
he will not survive. He won't.
Another thing that really hurts deep, right? Miyagi was talking earlier about his legendary status and all that. Lampard's legendary status as Chelsea, and it's a shame, right? I mean, it is life. You can be a great footballer, you can be a good footballer. It doesn't guarantee you being a great manager. If you go in and you see it doesn't work for you, you leave the place. Now, here's the thing. If I understand that Roman might want to give him more time, give Lampard more time because of the emotional connection and all that. But I just hope they don't do that at a very heavy cost. Chelsea already got booted out of the League Cup at such an. I can't remember when last we got knocked out. At such an early stage in the League Cup. It's bad. It's bad for Chelsea. Spending all this amount of money and then losing points and having the mindset. After yesterday's game, Lampard made a statement where he said that the draw was good. The draw was good. The most thing was that we kept the clean sheets. And I'm wondering, when did we sink so low? We were literally at home, and it was bad enough that we drew the game, we didn't win the game. our performance was horrific.
Mhm.
It wasn't encouraging, and it's been lethargic. It's been like that in the past couple of games.
Same
So
thing,
what
same
Sally
thing
are
against
looking forward to
Southampton. Same thing.
is a low
Same thing
mindset to
against
have.
Southampton. You were leading 2-0.
You know what's
Yeah, go on,
crazy?
go on.
Yeah.
Niang, finish up. Niang, finish up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said the same thing, same situation. We were leading a 2-0 against Southampton. It's up at that point in time, it's up to the manager to tell the team, compact, remain compact. You don't lose games like that at home, and you come and say it's a good game. I mean, things like that just takes every form of hope away from you that
Yeah.
this guy
Thank
is
you
So
for
not a good
bringing up
to be
coach.
fair
that
to
word.
him
That's
against
Southampton
Southampton,
word.
after
Thank
the
you for bringing it. After the Lampard said, he told those players that when this is 3-2, just pull out the ball. When the goalkeeper get the ball, pull out. You are the
Push
man.
it
You're
out.
telling us after the match that they want them to pull out the ball. But in that match, do you even make any substitution of tactics at all? That will tell us that you have to pull out the ball. You are playing from the back in the 90 something minutes, and you want us to believe that. I don't know what's going on.
I'm
I don't
telling
know.
you, I didn't understand why Kai Havertz played 90 minutes of that game yesterday. Instead he took off Pulisic. I just did not understand it.
So, offside, what's the expectation for this season for Chelsea? Let me go with Lampard first. What's the expectation for Lampard? Because for me, I already said it. I am done with him. Now, all I can do right now is hope. If we win, if we don't win, sack letters are waiting for me. Roman will sack him. I will say it before December. Roman will sack Lampard. Forget about legend. Forget about legend. Lampard will go because Roman will say it's over. We have to, like we can't go on this way. For me, I didn't see any structure or pattern in this team at all. It's only individuals that knows this matches. Individuals.
Wait, Abdullahi, man. We've been talking about Chelsea for almost like good 45 minutes or something. Can we at least change the topic? Like,
We will
enough.
change the topic. I'm just
I
angry and
think
annoyed.
it's
I'm
Chelsea.
really
So
pissed off. Lampard is really
it's no one,
pissed off.
Yeah, but Abdullah, it's only been a couple of games. Like, just you gotta wait for it. Like, things can always improve. Just give him time.
No improvement because I don't trust
exactly.
Lampard.
It's a
Because
good
every
fact.
matches he will play Mason Mount.
Give him time.
Mason Mount
Give him
every day. So how do I trust him? Mason Mount every damn day. Today, tomorrow, Mount. I
No,
don't
I
have
And the day,
think
trust on
wait, and the
Lampard.
day
See
after
what
that as
happened with
well.
Sarri. You guys were gassing on about this is the problem with you Chelsea fans. You don't have patience. You did the same thing with Sarri. You did the same thing with Conte. You as soon as something like this happens, you get in a rut. You want the next manager out, and then the process repeats the cycle again. You know.
Red Devils, I'm patient with Lampard. I'm patient with him. But I can see clearly if I play very well, I'll be very patient. But at this moment, I cannot be patient because it's not giving him the chance to be patient with him. He keep playing. For me, I say Mount is a number 8 or number 10. I complain, but you cannot play Mount in the wing. And you are telling us you are accommodating policy.
Mount isn't even a 10. Mount is more
It's
of
not
an
even
8.
it's the number 8. Why you play him on the wing?
So
That's my
sometimes
question with
I
Lampard.
imagine maybe because Lampard wants to partly do what Sarri did. You know, the idea of pressing from closer to the top. He knows Mount to press the opposition and stuff. So I think he wants to more or less leave to what Sarri did and have Mount press the opposition from
Are you
closer to
aware
the
we are not even
opposition's
pressing?
goal.
Are you aware
We're
Chelsea is
not
not
pressing.
pressing?
We're not doing
Chelsea is
anything.
not pressing.
We're
We're just
Not
passing behind the ball. We're just passing behind.
passing
pass.
behind, passing behind.
That's it.
Oh
That's
my
it.
goodness.
I don't know, man.
Before I went off, you were asking me a question about my expectation
Yeah.
for Lampard this season, and I'll tell
Mm.
you what my expectation has changed between the end of last season, and beginning of this season and now. Initially, I was let's be patient with him and stuff. I remember I always said that I'll be okay with the top 4 finish, but not just any type of top 4 finish, but a top 4 finish that sees Chelsea close gap on the eventual winners. Not a top 4 finish like last season where we are 25 points behind the eventual winners. We have to be competitive, we have to play good football, and we have to see what Chelsea or Lampard is trying to do. But going by the way things are this way, I don't even think if we continue like this, by December we'll probably be out of the top 6.
Offside. There's a
Yeah.
report yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Massimo Allegri is taking over if Kia is not taking. And
come
that's
on,
what,
are you
that
that's
is
wishful
who I
thinking,
want.
Abdullah. Where did you get that story from?
Telegraph already reported it. A sport witness already said it.
Well, I haven't seen
I've
I know
already,
he
I've
has
already
been
read
linked to
it
Chelsea
already.
even
He's
before they
taking over.
appointed
That's
Lampard.
who I want. That is who I want. Lampard at the moment is inexperienced. Is taking this team from upward, downward, back. It's not
I,
ready yet.
I think he has done a good job. His job was basically to help the squad through the transfer ban
Exactly.
and get us
Mm-hmm.
into the Champions League. He did a brilliant job of that. But at this point, I think he's out of his depth. He's out of his depth for now, and he needs to give way for a more experienced manager to
Exactly.
take over.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I
let's
think
go for the. Okay, what is something? Go for it.
I think we overrated Lampard, coupled with the legendary status that he was coming in with. I mean, there was nothing special he did with Derby. At
Mm-hmm.
Derby
Yeah, yeah.
County, he considered 60
Mhm.
goals. 60
60.
goals.
Damn. I love the man.
60 goals at
Amazing.
Derby. They went to play the playoffs. They considered the highest amongst the teams that played the playoffs. So I mean, the leaks has been there right from time, but we didn't see it. We're just overshadowed with the whole legendary. Hey, he played for Chelsea. Now let's every club is going back to their previous players, making them managers. So let's go back to him. Left to me, I said it last season. I would have even preferred to pick John Terry as the manager than Lampard. Personally, I would have preferred John Terry. Lampard gives absolutely nothing. I do not have any expectation of him this season. If he can take this team, a team without that, he didn't go into the transfer season and they could come to fourth position. Now you have these old players and you're still talking about fourth position. I mean,
It's
what do
only,
you call
it's
that?
literally, guys, come on. It's only been 4 or 5 games in the
Red
season. You've got to
Devils. Like I
guys some.
said to you, I can be patient till like May. But this team I'm saying, no structure, no pattern, no
Look
tactics.
at United yesterday. Even though they are not doing well, you could see something. You could see the manager
Only
trying to do something.
Nah, come on. No, 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 no,
Hey,
no, no,
hey,
no, no,
hey,
no.
come
Don't
on,
use
guys.
that.
Hold on.
Don't use that.
I
Don't
remember
even
last season
start
we
or
said the
try it.
opposite between Chelsea. That
Bro,
was the same thing we
Guys,
said
United,
about Lampard
You
and
bro.
Chelsea,
about
do you
United
know
last
and the opposite
come
about
guys,
United.
chill.
on.
Let me go with Nyanga first. I'll come with
PSG
Red
would
Devils.
roast Chelsea.
I'll come with you. Let me go to Nyanga first. Then I'll come with Red Devils and Bilton. So Nyanga, finish up. You're saying about United.
Someone wanted to. I'm telling you that yesterday's game, if it was Chelsea that played PSG would have roasted Chelsea. Did you know how many shots on target PSG had? Our defense is not as strong as that. So little moments like that are what you look out for in a game. Unfortunately, I have not seen it. You keep talking about let's give him chance. Yes, if you want to give someone chance, you should. You would lose game. Everybody would lose games at some point in time. But even when you lose those games, you should be confident enough to say, okay, he did this, but it didn't work out. But when it comes to Lampard, you don't see him doing anything. This team is not passing. This team is not playing long balls. This team is not doing anything. So what exactly is he doing? What do they do? What do they do in training? You can't see anything. Absolutely nothing. Crossing into the box, they don't do it. Passing, they don't do it. So how many times they were carrying ball in front of the 18-yard box yesterday? They couldn't take a shot. Just take a shot, they couldn't. So it seems like this that you look at, and I can just tell you that I do not have any expectation for Lampard. Yes, the team will definitely pick up because they're a strong side. Because it is Chelsea, yes, they will pick up. They will be among the top four. But it is not, right now, I don't think it boils down to Lampard's tactical ability. No.
Red Devils, you wanted to say something before I go to Bilton.
Yeah, no. I was literally just saying that, like, let's not be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer somehow. Like everyone was saying, like I said as well, that he was a PE teacher. They didn't know what he was doing. That he
Mm-hmm.
brought stuff like that, So and now suddenly he's now a massive tactical sort of. So I don't want people sort of flipping around and now suddenly saying, oh yeah, he's now a tactical thing. Because last season people were saying that, oh, this is Lampard's first season. He's getting his players, get his thing. I expect more from Ollie. Ollie gonna put this and this.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I still stand by what I said before, which is that I again think or Chelsea, and Tottenham actually had it, I think, quite a few years back, where you buy, Chelsea effectively almost bought an entire new squad in one seat in one transfer window, and it takes time for those players to gel. So that's number one. That's the one big issue. A lot of you guys were gassed at the start because you brought in a lot of good quality players. But at the end of the day, you've got to understand that Chelsea have not had, like most teams, not had a proper pre-season. So these players have not had time to properly gel into the squad and to figure out the best formation to where which is the whole point of a pre-season, to figure out how you're going to start. And then the second, like I said, big thing is that like even if you bear that in mind, because of how much Havertz cost, he has to play Havertz in the team somewhere. And the reality is that like I don't think that Chelsea needed Kai Havertz, and if Havertz wasn't in the squad, Mason Mount easily fits in as a top of the as a top of the midfield, in front of Kovacic and Kante, or Kante and Jorginho, or Kante I think is struggling a bit this season.
He's struggling. Yeah.
He's struggling. I don't think that's helped. I think that Kante, that ability is going right. I'd argue that even Fred at Manchester United is better than Kante right now. So I'm not joking. I generally think he is. So in terms of actual tackling ability, because and then obviously on the left you play Pulisic, right Ziyech or Chow, and Werner up front. So you've got to give you've got to give at least Lampard some time into Christmas. He could, because you guys could probably beat us on the weekend at Manchester United, and something now could change in that.
I will say this to you now. I'll say this as a United fans. I trust Lampard because he's the club legend. I have no issues with that. My issues at the moment is why must we play Mason Mount the week? That's my question to him at the moment. That is my question. Those reporters in the press conference are not asking the question.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say like I don't think you can't play Kai Havertz there. So I don't think
Pulisic should be playing on the left wing. That is the best position. Why must you play?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Pulisic back to the right wing. Why?
There's obviously something about Mason Mount. Whether he gets, sometimes at the end of the day, you have like a coach who has his favorite and who has a player who gets their instructions. Mourinho, exactly, classic.
Yep. Absolutely.
That he that gets the instructions, that knows what they want to do, etc. Mount is that type of player, so he wants to get him into the squad. And to be honest, in past it's not that Mount has been trash. Mount's not a bad player for Chelsea. He's
not.
Yeah.
He's not. But the problem is playing matches which need best for him to get back to get back to the shape. And you keep playing him. It's not. It's not.
You should drop Havertz, but he won't drop Havertz because the seniors up top are going to say you got to play him. That's the problem.
Okay with it. You can drop him. You can play Mason Mount in the right position, but will Lampard do it? No. You keep pushing them together. Drop someone. Let's see where the problem is as the fans. You keep playing them together.
A good example, this again, the United PSG game, as Miengi brought up, is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer dropped Paul Pogba.
Thank you. I told the United fans here in Chicago. I told you, my friend, they will go to the same school together. I said, I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to take something in that team. Drop Pogba, play Van der Beek. Pogba I know people say he's good. Drop him and play Van der Beek. Van der Beek is very good. Playing together with them, either Matic, either McTominay or someone else. Play them together. Bring them Labiol in. Labiol will make an impact because he needs to get back to his shape.
Yeah, exactly.
When they get back to his shape, people can see the real Paul Pogba. Don't start Labiol. It's not in form. Don't play him. Play him in the second half. Then you see how good Paul Pogba can be. And he did the same. He did it yesterday. I was like, yes, United will win. I told my brother yesterday, United will win this match. He said, why? Labiol is on the bench. That is what I want to see. He is on the bench. Bring it on and start and playing to make the difference. He did.
Abdullah, that's the point of having a squad. You don't have to play like the same play.
Exactly.
You have to play Harvard every game. You don't have to play Must every game. What's crazy? Chelsea's best game this season was against Crystal Palace, who came on the pitch? Tommy Abraham and then Callum Hudson-Odoi scored, and they haven't played it.
Odoi started that match and he played very well.
Yeah,
very well.
Scored a goal, and yet they never play. But Mason Mount has to play every game, and what you call it, Werner. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because he changes his team so much.
What makes you a manager once in a while is you making statements. Let's take our mind back to when Mourinho was at Chelsea again. Sorry, I keep going back to it. When Shevchenko came into Chelsea and he had Drogba, Shevchenko was everything, world class, everything, everything. But Drogba, I mean Mourinho stuck with Drogba. He said, "This is my player, and I'm sticking my neck out for him." And today, every Chelsea fan adores Drogba. If you are going to use Mason Mount, play him, stick him in the game. You can be bringing in Havertz. 60. Look at Havertz's first interview. He said the league is exhausting for him. So you don't
Yes.
just throw him into every game. Bring him in gradually. Bring him in 60 minutes.
He
Give
did the
him
same
50
thing to
minutes game
Pulisic
time.
last season. Pulisic, he came in later. He didn't even start him out. He
Bring
brought
him in
Pulisic
later.
in
He doesn't have
around
to.
October.
He doesn't have to play every game. The guy
Exactly.
gets tired in games. He gets tired. Start Mason Mount, remove Mason Mount, and bring him in. We all know how good he is. We know what he can do. You don't have to play two of them together. Look at yesterday. Paul Pogba, 80 million pounds. He was on the bench. He came on. They can do something when they come. You don't have to start them in every game. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Vilton, your take on the Chelsea and let me go to Chelsea before I go to United. Your take on that.
On Chelsea, Sevilla.
If I go to United and PSG.
Oh, well, I already said what I gotta say. It's like Chelsea and Sevilla. They were just grinding for the draw. When I was watching the game, none of y'all trying to get the 3 points. It's like you guys were saying, we're the best team in the group, guys. Let's just grind it out between each other. We're gonna destroy the other teams. Why we gotta try so hard, guys? Maybe in the second leg, let's give the fan a little better game. Let's make
Mm-hmm.
the game open more, but I expect Chelsea and Sevilla to get out the group. If Sevilla somehow goes to Europa League, Sevilla needs to be banned from Europa League. Honestly, man, like, they should be banned from Europa League. This nah, bro. 7 Europe, nah. They should be banned from Europa League. But I expect Chelsea and Sevilla to go through. This Saturday, I'm gonna see if Lampard gonna start Mount. If he start Mount again, clearly this guy's has a thing
Vilton,
for Mount,
I
man.
said it again. I will repeat my one word again. I am completely done with Lampard. And I'm saying Saturday match, I'll be laughing. Watching the match, I'll be laughing. I'm serious. I'll be laughing because I know Lampard will play same player I play week in and week out. It doesn't need to do that. I'll just be laughing
Yeah,
because that match will not interest me anymore. It got to a point.
but
Lampard has so much with that we don't even know what anymore. We don't know. We don't know.
but yeah, but that's my take on it.
No worries. So Sahib, your take on them United PSG. I know you are happy. You are gassed.
Yeah.
Please, I don't say anything delusional, please.
No. I
Let him
mean,
talk. Let him talk.
yeah.
Let him talk. He has
So
is his team, so he has everywhere to talk. He's only the one that's
Yeah,
like
but he
now.
has the right to say objective stuff, not delusional stuff.
okay, hold on. So that yeah, this man, it was fantastic. Um, for me, the thing that stood out for me the most is I was so proud of my manager because this is what was an absolute tactical masterclass by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He literally did a lesson on Tuchel. He sat him down, said, "Okay, lesson number one: how to stop Neymar and Mbappe and Di Maria. How to stop these guys." Because he completely the game plan. We completely shut down those three. And it was interesting because we played with a five in back, which means that Neymar, Mbappe, and Di Maria, they will each be they will not be one on one on any of our defenders. They will always face two defenders. Where it was Aaron Wan-Bissaka and what you call it? What's his name? Twanzibi on one
Twanzebe, yeah.
end. On the
Mhm.
other end, you had Telles and Luke Shaw, and in the middle you had Fred McTominay, and then you had Lindelof. So for me, it was like everybody was on point, and in my opinion, it was. I like the fact that he didn't start with Pogba, and and then another thing, and people always come at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for not being good tactically in the game. As soon as he figured out that the game was kind of going towards PSG and PSG was going into the game the second half, he changed it. He took Tellus off. He went back. He went back to a back four, and he played Pogba, and we started to dominate the game, and to the point that I was saying to myself, if we don't if we don't come out of this game without all 3 points, then I will be so devastated. deserved it. And I'm just so happy. I didn't expect that performance from Twanzi because he's been out for 12 months. He hasn't played football for 12 months. He's been injured for that long. Um, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man, what can I say about him? I felt like Fred was the best midfielder on the field. He was by far the best midfielder on the field. Better than Paredes and what you call it, Herrera and Gay. He was so much better than them, and I feel like he was phenomenal. There was like there was a moment where I remember like Neymar. I mean, because Neymar was working, he had to work hard. He really had to work hard. He was trying to go through Fred. Fred just boom, just took the ball, we went on a counter attack. It was phenomenal. Um, and it just I feel like all these game. I don't. I feel like Tuchel and PSG was unprepared for Man United, and I think it really showed because we just stopped everything they did. And like, let's be honest, the only goal that PSG scored was an own goal by Anthony Martial, which was a brilliant header. To be honest, it was unfortunate, but it was phenomenal. Rashford, I love him a lot. Everybody knows how much I love him. I call him Marcus Ballon d'Or Rashford. That's the nickname I give him. I think he's a very, very special player. But he frustrated me so much yesterday. Because
Yeah,
there was
I
just
think we turned
he
up
had
in the
opportunities,
last minute
man.
when
Yeah,
Mhm.
it just seemed like I was like he had room and space to run into, and I'm like, this is definitely going to be a goal. He will make a wrong decision.
There was
He will
also a
have a
chance where
bad
he had
touch.
to shoot as he was passing. I was like, shoot that ball, don't pass it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just that.
But who you guys
yeah.
talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Rashford. Yeah,
Rashford is so trash, bro. If he didn't score that goal, we'd be talking about Rashford right now, wouldn't we? Guys,
let's
he's
be
black.
honest
He
though.
he
Let's
reminds me of
be honest
Vinicius
though.
Jr.
That was
His
a goal.
decision making is
That
so
was a goal,
trash.
right? No, Vince, that was
But
a
that was
good
a good
goal
goal,
though.
though. Yeah, that was a G. That was a
Good
G.
goal, man.
But
That
that's
was
the
a
hard.
You know,
That's the harsh. That's the harsh part about football. You can have a bad game, but if you score the decisive goal, the
decisive
decisive
goal.
assist, everybody
hmm
everybody forgets that. Everybody forget you had a
Yeah,
bad game.
yeah.
Just like Mbappe.
He,
Mbappe didn't have a
yeah,
bad game, but hey, Rashford, if you didn't watch the game, you say, "Wow, Rashford really outclassed Mbappe again."
yeah. My,
You know,
You
yeah,
know, games like yesterday is why PSG sometimes are not rated when it comes to Europe,
That's why I don't rate them. It's like Thomas
when it comes to
Tuchel
European
relies
competitions.
on.
You can dominate the French
It's
league.
like
yeah,
Let Niangi finish, then I'll
yeah,
continue.
yeah.
Niangi finish up.
You know, you can keep dominating the French league how you like, but when it comes to the European stage where everyone wants to see you perform and you come out in games like yesterday, just like he said, it was as if they didn't care about the outcome.
Oh, we lost you.
They
Niangi,
would
you there?
just run and get the job done. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
It was just as if they didn't come prepared for United. They were just expecting that Neymar and Mbappe would do their normal magic and run at United. United are an average side,
That's the thing
and
about PSG. They rely on that
they'll,
front three
and,
so
and will
much
get them
for
done. If you noticed,
individual.
But you guys
Neymar in the
think
first
Thomas
half of the
Tuchel
game,
is the
he
right
was just
manager for
dribbling
him?
and dribbling.
but
Neymar,
but
well, I can understand
you
why
know
he
what
had a
I
bad
think?
game
Yeah,
because
I
usually
think
Verratti plays the central midfield. Neymar had to drop deep a little bit in midfield to create for Mbappe. They missed Verratti because that midfield is so bad without Verratti on the field,
Yeah,
like
without
because
Verratti, they're
Neymar
actually a
clearly can't
terrible
do it.
side.
I think another problem PSG actually had yesterday, fortunately for United, was that they didn't expect the lineup that Manchester United had yesterday. Of course, many people would have expected Pogba to have started the game. They didn't expect the formation, they didn't expect the lineup, and I think that's literally where I give kudos to Ole. And I'm not going to totally write Ole out, write him off, sorry, because there have been games in the past. I think there was another game. It was sometime it was in the Premier League last season. I can't remember
Yeah.
whether it was Manchester City
I
or
think
Liverpool game.
against Man
You know,
City.
you
So Man
see,
City.
you see United in
Ma-
certain games they play very well.
mm-hmm.
They play tactically, not just individual players do well. You see the tactics that the manager tried to employ, and you see that they exhibit it or they carry it out to the letter.
Mhm.
But there are other games you wonder, okay, what exactly are these people playing? So it's not to say that Ole is tactically deficient, but the problem I think United tend to have is um, maybe sometimes when he feels it's not working, or when Pogba maybe it's no more delivering as much as they expect him to, and then he panics and he makes some changes and things just collapse. Maybe when certain players are not performing, and it seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. But Ole sometimes tends to get it right. He
Mhm.
tends to get it right. And what he did yesterday against PSG was a tactics and a formation that PSG didn't expect. It literally took them off guard. And I think that was why they struggled to cope with Manchester United yesterday.
Yeah, that's correct. That's sum up everything. That's sum up everything. So, Vilton, I think it's your turn now. We need to talk about Real Madrid.
No, we
Nah,
don't. We
nah,
don't.
nah,
We
nah, nah, nah.
don't. We don't need to talk
I've
about
already
Real
told my head.
Madrid.
We need to talk about
We
no. We'll
we
talk about Madrid. Chill, chill.
What happened? What happened with the lineup?
No,
we done. We done,
relax.
bro.
Chill,
We
chill, chill.
done. We
Firstly,
done. We
I
done.
think like I said it. I think I said it on the chat and out. I think you kind of what's called you reboot me. I will say it again. Eden Hazard in Chelsea is different than Eden Hazard in Real Madrid. In Chelsea, all but to Hazard and he will do his job. In Real Madrid, it's all about to Karim Benzema. If Benzema doesn't play for Real Madrid, it's completely over for them. And Sergio Ramos. The reason Hazard is flopping is not is yes, I can accept his overweight, which he needs to stop. But this guy needs to be given. Let him have the ball on his feet.
We
Once he
do. We give him the wait, Abdullahi. We play this guy as a 10. We played him on the left. We played him on the right. We did. We done everything possible for Hazard. Hell, against freaking Levante after the COVID, we were even playing him as a central midfielder at one point. We're letting Valverde pushing up higher on the field even more. This guy he's a flop, bro. You just have to admit it. The guy's garbage. I never wanted him at Real Madrid. I don't know why we bought
I
him.
think
I don't know why we spent that
It
much
was
money
Zidane.
on him.
It
Zidane,
was Zidane.
Zidane said that's his favorite player. He said Hazard always been his favorite player. But you got to look
He's
at
your
for the
player.
club.
Deal with it.
We didn't
He's your
need a player
player.
like Hazard.
No,
We didn't need a creative winger. What we needed was a guy that can replace Cristiano Ronaldo goal scoring
but
abilities.
but
Really,
guys,
did we really
Mhm.
expect Hazard to, even if Hazard's in form, is he really gonna drop 30, 40 goals a season? And
No.
Even though Benzema's a number 9, I'm not expecting Benzema to drop 40 goals from like Lewandowski is doing at Bayern Munich, because Benzema is not the type of striker. He's like a false 9 striker. He
but
links up play.
Mhm.
Vilton, I feel like the thing with Hazard is, and
And
I
he Hazard to me has a weak mentality, man. This guy's not made for the big time, man. Like,
the thing with Hazard for me is because I have my family, my brother and my dad are both Chelsea fans, so I watch Chelsea so a lot, and I've watched Hazard a lot at Chelsea. The thing with Hazard is when Hazard wants and he sets his mind to play football, he's a phenomenal player. But the problem
Yes.
I had with Hazard is that there was even seasons that he would literally take off and he would just red off and he will not be the same player. Because in my opinion, his best season he ever had in Chelsea was under Mourinho when they won the title. Hazard was absolutely phenomenal.
well, statistically, the season before he came to Madrid, that was his best goal scoring season
No,
I,
statistically.
it was in the 2018 season. He had the best season in 2018, 2018. That was the best season.
under
Yeah,
under
the
Conte.
season he went, no, this year under Conte, that was his best season.
Under
No, but
under Antonio
my,
Conte, that was his best season. Under Conte, when we won the league, Hazard was
That was his
phenomenal.
best season in his career in
but that's
general,
In
my
statistically
problem with
wise.
Hazard. Look, but that's my problem with Hazard. Is like because I we can disagree what was his best season, but the season that Mourinho won the title, in my opinion, Hazard was phenomenal. He was absolutely
I think that was
phenomenal.
Then look what happened the following
2019,
season.
20. Mhm.
Exactly. In the following season, Hazard for some reason just choose that he's not going to play at that level
See,
anymore,
the reason,
and it takes a year off. Then Antonio Conte comes. Then Hazard is engaged again. Then he's serious and he goes crazy. Then the year after that, he goes back. It's Hazard. You will never get 2 consistent seasons with Hazard. And
because that's the other thing too. I don't get about Hazard. You go into your dream club, arguably the greatest club of all time, and you decide to get fat over the summer. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, what, bro? You go into Real Madrid. You've been worshiping Real Madrid forever, and since you were a kid, that's your dream club. We finally buy you, and you decide to get out of shape and overweight over the summer instead of working out and practicing with the team. My
which is
my thing with
weird. It's
my
so
thing with
weird.
see at the same time, the Real Madrid, we in shambles right now, completely shambles. Without Ramos on the field, we forget we don't know how to defend. Our defense is worse
So
than
let me put it
Chelsea.
this way to you, Vilton. So is it like because you lost today, like it's okay? Because I know Real Madrid, they start low, they started slowly, but in the knockout stage, quarter final, then you see the Real Madrid we want to see.
Nah, but that's
So
the
it's
thing
like,
though.
is this like a
Abdullah, I
lesson that
don't even think we're gonna go. I don't even think we're gonna get out. I think we're gonna go to Europa League. Oh, to be honest
eh?
with you. So,
Vilton, if you
bro,
go to Europa
Abdullah,
League,
listen,
24 hours flight
bro,
to
Abdullah, literally, Shakhtar, the team that beat us today.
Mhm.
10 of their players from their starting lineup wasn't even playing today, right? It
You
was the
see,
completely
Yeah.
B team.
You
10 of their
you know how
players,
hard that
Ten.
group
like
is.
10 of their
then
players, 10 of their starting lineup players didn't even play today because they all got COVID.
You know they
COVID,
should
So
yeah.
have
that tells you where we are.
scored
And
more goals. Shakhtar kind
that's
of
the
bricked
thing.
it towards the end,
Without
man.
Courtois, it should have been like 6-7 to be honest with you.
Yeah, they
Courtois
should have.
saved us. Like my thing is, I don't know why Zidane also put that lineup where he put two left back. He put when you got Nacho on the bench. Nacho is fit because Nacho made a mistake against Cardiff. You decide not to play him. You play with two left back. You play with Marcelo and Mendy. I don't know why you don't put Nacho in his right position as a right back, but instead you put Mendy there. Like Mendy has never played right back his entire career at Real Madrid. I don't know why he's trying to do that. I get it. I'm guessing Zidane didn't have enough respect for Shakhtar. And look what
Guys,
happened. And without Ramos at the back,
yes.
Varane is suspect, man. It's like
No,
this guy without Ramos in the back with him, he forgets how to defend. Militao had a bad night, but at least he made some great interception. Because without Militao, I
hmm
think it could have been easy like 5-0 in the first half, to be
but
honest with you. And the fact that
Vilton,
in
yeah,
2020 we still relying on Luka Modric to do something magic for us in midfield,
that was a
that tell you
phenomenal
where
goal
we
though.
at. That
That
it
was a
was
good
a
goal though.
phenomenal goal. But
Yeah,
I tell you what, Vinicius Junior is how old is he? He's like 20, 21. Literally a 20-year-old kid is the best player that we have in attack. Cause
no,
I keep on telling
yeah.
people this. We won La Liga last year, but people forgetting that Benzema and Ramos were a top scorer last season. Ramos,
Th-
a defender, was the second top scorer on our team. Like
but
it tells
yeah,
you where we are right now, man.
exactly.
yo, Vilton. That also, I feel like you know how the question that the very first question we had in this hangout was about Virgil van Dijk. I have never seen a defender so crucial, so fundamental to the success of a team than Sergio Ramos. Every single time this guy does not play,
We
Real
lose.
Madrid, I will not only lose, you guys get embarrassed.
They
Like
collapse, collapse, completely collapse,
like
completely.
Casemiro is not the same player without Ramos. Varane is
I
not the
don't.
same
Varane is
player.
not a leader. He's not a
I
leader.
mean, my God, man,
My
it's
thing is,
so
when Ramos
bad.
retire, what's gonna happen then? What's gonna
Oh
happen then once he
man,
retire?
oh man. I
We
mean,
still gotta find a replacement for him. So what's gonna happen then?
people forget that Ramos, during the lockdown, when Ramos was playing, after the lockdown, Ramos was playing phenomenal. He was playing every single game except for the City game because he was suspended. And then if it wasn't for Ramos and Benzema, Real Madrid would not have won the title last season. To be honest,
We wouldn't. We really wouldn't. And
yeah.
Hazard hasn't even played. How many games has Hazard actually played for? I'm trying to only 2 games. Hazard I think played 2 or 3 games. He has start for Real Madrid. The PSG game, the goal he scored in his debut, and the game after when the restarted that's about it. And the
That
Manchester City game.
see the thing is, and then I don't want people with Hazard. I don't want people to compare his situation to Griezmann's situation because I feel like that's completely two different situations. Because I have never seen a player, and as long as I've been watching football, that have made a big money transfer move from a different league and came to Real Madrid and Barcelona that had the same mentality as Hazard. Like I remember when Suarez was coming to Barcelona, everyone was talking about like how's he gonna fit with Neymar and Messi and all that stuff. And then look how that turned out. Bell when he left Tottenham, when he came to Real Madrid, I kept him. And look how that turned out in 2014. I have never seen a player that comes to Real Madrid or Barcelona that makes that move, and like you said, gets back is unfit to even start the season.
That's what I'm
It makes no
saying.
sense
But
to me.
Like,
Wilson,
how you
Wilson,
go
you sound
unfit
like
to Real Madrid? I don't
were you
get
not
it.
aware of Hazard's mentality before he
This year,
joined
what offense gonna say?
Real
Offense.
Bro,
Madrid?
that's the thing though. None of us wanted
He has
Hazard.
always
It
been
was the
like that.
coach.
That's
I
his
blame Zidane
frustration.
on Hazard
That
because
was
Zidane
why.
was the one
That
that
was.
wanted Hazard.
Can I just finish briefly?
Let
That
him
was
finish.
literally why many of us Chelsea fans, used to get frustrated with him. That was also why some of his managers, he said it, that his managers, that he used to frustrate his managers.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho said it. He has a poor mentality. He used to frustrate Jose Mourinho. He would always be the last player on the pitch for training and the first half of it after training. He has a weak mentality. He's talented, yes, but he seems to turn up just when he wants to turn up.
Yeah.
Now, that is not the kind of player Real Madrid needed at the time.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
that was
That's
definitely
what
not the
I'm
kind of
saying.
player
That's
they
what the
needed to
mistake.
spend all that amount of money for.
That
Plus,
even
to make matters worse, he doesn't have the goals in him. He doesn't have the mentality. And then coupled with the injuries, it's
that's what
just
I'm
everything
saying.
has just gone
You
wrong.
let your greatest goal scorer of all time leave, but you don't find a replacement for him. I don't get it. I don't get it. And but you go talk to the Madrid board about renovating the stadium, which I don't fucking know why you want to renovate the stadium. Like you spending almost $500 million to renovate the stadium, which we don't need. The stadium is fine the way it is, but instead of investing, trying to get players like the likes of Mbappe, Haaland, and Kovenga to come, but you say, "Oh, we fine this season. We don't need to spend any money. I trust on my squad." Now Cavalli's out for at least 2 months. Odegaard is out, and Ramos. I don't know if he's gonna play in the Classic or not. And Hazard, this guy's not part of the team. I
And
don't
you
care
saw
what Hazard
Hakimi
does.
though. You got
If
And
if only Zidane had maintained a good relationship with
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale, and
See, my
I'm
thing with
pretty
Gareth
sure
Bale.
that you guys would have been in a better place.
See, my thing with Gareth Bale is that he could give you a good performance, but the problem we had with him, he couldn't stay fit for some reason. This guy just can't stay fit. That's why I think Zidane kind of lost confidence in him. He's always fit. He always because this guy, we paying him $320,000 a
But
week
even when he was fit, at least you could see his performance. You could see his contribution. Hazard, whether fit or not fit, you
because
don't even remember him in the
here's
squad.
my take on
Zidane
Hazard.
really
Here's
lost
my take on
confidence
Hazard.
to him, and
Guys, let Yangi talk about that. Finish.
Yeah,
I
yeah, go
think, I
ahead.
think, I think, funnily, I think Real Madrid, for being too brutal. I mean, over the years, we've known Real Madrid to be a very brutal club. As great as Ronaldo was, there were times that they still kept booing him and everything. Unfortunately, they've not done this thing to Hazard.
there's no
Hazard has been
fans.
pampered
There's no
and
fans.
pampered. Even last season, through the games that he played, the few games that he played, he's been. I mean, there are games that he's been totally shit, and everyone just keeps quiet, like
I
nothing is
bet
happening,
you.
like
I
nothing
bet you when
happened.
there's fans now, he's one. He's not even gonna be able to
Here's
touch
the
that
there are
ball.
times that everybody, when he was at Chelsea, everyone knew that, okay, Hazard, this is your game. This is what we want you to do for us, and he comes out and he performs in that game. I personally
Mhm.
feel if they put that pressure on Hazard
Mhm.
at Real Madrid, there he would perform.
He will
He would.
perform. Yeah.
He's just
That's the thing
he
about
has been so
Chelsea too,
relaxed. He has been so
because he
relaxed.
knows
Like,
he's surrounded with world
Maybe
class players.
he feels
exactly,
He
like
knows
it's on
he's
exactly.
he
vacation. It
knows he's
still feels like
surrounded
a
with world class
vacation for
player.
him.
At
His
Chelsea,
dream.
he was more of a catalyst. He was like Chelsea best player, so
Yeah,
he
he
know
had
he
the
had to
responsibility
perform.
at
Yeah,
Chelsea.
but at Real Madrid, when you have the likes of Ramos, Varane, Modric, Cruz, Valverde, Casemiro,
He's too
Benzema around you,
relaxed.
you're
Maybe
so relaxed.
they need to remind him how much they paid to get him. They need to
That's what
remind
I'm
him how much he
saying.
earns every week. They
At
need
this
to
point,
punish him for coming
I
back
lost
to
confidence in
camp
Hazard
fat.
The problem with
because
that,
I'm so
guys, my
afraid,
issue with
bro.
that is when it goes to Belgium, is the best player. When it
Yeah,
comes to Real
he.
Madrid, is the worst player. I don't know what. I do not.
Sit him for 3 games. Sit him out for 3 games. Put him on the bench. Don't let him play.
My fear is, I hope if we somehow get out the Champions League group stage, I hope we don't get a team like Bayern and Liverpool because
I think,
it's
but
gonna be bad.
Vilton,
It's
I think
gonna
we
be
need to.
bad.
I think what I'm hearing is you guys want to give PSG asset and get Kylian Mbappe. That's what I'm hearing. Is
But
that true?
who's gonna buy
They want to.
Hazard right
They
now?
want to give PSG
PSG, I
Eden
think
Hazard.
we
Hazard.
should put.
PSG gonna pay for this Hazard?
Yeah.
Sell him back to
No,
This,
Chelsea. Sell him back to Chelsea.
because for PSG, right, we should put a big price
Yeah.
for Mbappe
They
and
want to
give
get.
Hazard
And
and
he
give
wants to get
Hazard.
Mbappe. Mbappe and they want to give Hazard to
Because Mbappe
Chelsea.
say he wants to leave, and I think
Mhm.
Mbappe needs to leave too. He's not. See, but that's the other. Can we all agree though? I don't think Zidane is the right coach like for youth player. I feel like Zidane is a better coach where all the players are in the prime where they're already good. Because when you see the likes of Vinicius Junior, Asensio, and Rodrigo, they're not really on par where they should be. Because I feel like if you have a coach like a Klopp, Nagelsmann, like a coach that can help develop like youth player. I don't think Zidane is that coach. I personally think if Klopp has Vinicius Junior would have been a monster right now.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
Zidane really is not really improving the youngster. But I don't blame him. I guess he's not known for developing like youth talents and stuff like that.
Good.
But
We'll
I
talk
don't I
about
don't
them at
know.
it now. So, guys, let's talk about Antonio Conte, Inter Milan,
Oh
Borussia
my god,
Mönchengladbach. So let me go to Vieton. Let me go to Vieton first.
Antonio
I
Conte.
know Conte's break in Europe. I know it's break.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
a
a
brick.
break in Europe, and it's basically it's good, but in Europe it's break. So what's the expectation for Inter Milan in the Champions League, Europa League, or out of the Champions League? What's
They
your
gotta. I think if they don't get out the group stage, Conte is gonna get fired. The only way I see them not firing Conte, if Conte is like, all right, guys, we didn't get out the group stage, but I promise you, we're gonna win the Serie A title this season. That's the only way I can see him keeping his job, because you gotta make it out the group. Shakhtar Donetsk, what's the other team? Gladbach. Come
Borussia
on, man.
Mönchengladbach?
And they almost lost that game, but Lukaku came on clutch. I would have been so much. I would have been so happy they lost that game because we lost today. But hey, Conte's been a brick in Europe, but I think his main goal has to be the Serie. Nobody's thinking about Inter Milan to win the Champions League. Maybe get to the quarterfinal, the semifinal somehow if they can. But to me, if I'm Conte, I'm pretty sure Inter Milan goal for the season is to win the Serie A. It has to be
They
because
have to
last
win the
season
Scudetto. They have
Juve
to.
were so bad last season, and somehow y'all still let Juve win the league. That's it.
They have
Like
to
Didn't they
win the
lose
for
to
the
AC Milan
yeah, for the
last
amount of
weekend?
money.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
they
did.
lost two. Yeah, they lost 2-1 to a 39-year.
Yeah.
They did not Ibrahimovic.
Like that's not
Nothing changes for Inter. They're always the
like because they
same.
spent so much money too. They spent a lot of money on Hakimi, Lukaku, Ericsson. They spent a lot of money to get those players in. So my thing is with
Antonio
Conte,
Vidal
if
and
you
everything.
Arturo Vidal, if you don't win the Scudetto this season, you out. You have to be out. You spend that much money, and for crying out, it's Pirlo first season with Juventus. I know he has world
Yeah,
class
yeah.
player with him, but come on, man. The guy has no experience in managing at all. Pirlo has never managed a B team. Never. It's his first time ever managing a team. Period. You got to win the Serie A. But I don't. I'm not expecting much from Conte in Europe. Conte always been a brick in Europe.
Well,
So offside, what's your take? I'll come to your side last. Offside, what's your take
was
on it? Antonio Conte, Antonio Conte and Inter
Um,
Milan. What's your take on it?
Generally, between last season and this season so far, I think I would just say Conte has been a huge disappointment. I remember at the beginning of last season, the transfer window. They had before you know it. Every time you refresh the web, the new thing you're seeing is Inter Milan have signed this. They've signed Ashley Young. They've signed Victor Moses. They've signed experienced players at it. The club supported him, but then it seemed like he just did not do enough between motivating his players and getting the tactics right. Something happened, especially I think it was the Europa League final. It was Europa League final that shocked me the most. I didn't see them with the quality of players, experienced players that had won um, all sorts of trophies in different clubs, or at least had gotten to certain level of
Mm-hmm.
competitive football in different clubs. I didn't expect them to lose that final, that Europa League final. And then he also has issues with the management, the board members, the management of the club, and all that. So all those things, it doesn't seem like they are working in his favor. Going into this season again, his performances have not just been good enough. They haven't been good enough. And I think this is what happens when you try to bring in so many experienced or top players together in a bid to form a squad. Sometimes it doesn't always click. Sometimes it's not by signing the big names or signing, the big players, experienced players here and there. Sometimes you might have, remember when he was at Chelsea, he used players like Marcos Alonso, a Victor Moses that had barely made appearances for Chelsea. These are the players that he brought together
and managed to win the title in his very first season at the club. So I think he went to Inter Milan and tried to overdo things, and the thing is just not working at the end of the day. The consistency also seems to be a problem. But if you're questioning the skill, the ability of the players individually, they are very good, and I feel like they will do well elsewhere. But Conte as a manager, managing this group of experienced players is just not working. It's not working in my opinion.
Wow. Yagi, what's your take on Inter Milan? Antonio Conte.
Well, for Conte, I think he's a manager that knows how to manage average players. Just like Offset said, when he came to Chelsea, the kind of players, as Alonso, Victor Moses, and the likes and the likes. Now coming to Inter Milan, everyone is talking about him buying big players, but forgetting the fact that how big were they when they were sold? You talk about Ashley Young. Ashley Young was already on his last legs. You're going to get Ericsson. Ericsson was already on his last legs in Tottenham. You go to get what's the other guy's name? So basically, everyone that
Vidal.
is gotten in,
Arturo Vidal.
exact Arturo Vidal. Thank you.
Hakimi is young.
Another
Hakimi is young.
yeah, Hakimi is young, yeah, but I mean, you have so many old players in your team. Kolarov, or what's his name, play tonight. You don't use players like, I don't know how the Italian league works on their own, but I would not use those kind of players and expect a different result from what he's getting right now. They keep shipping in goals. When the league started after the COVID, they were playing well, but they were conceding goals. They were playing well, but they were conceding goals. Now this is a new season. The same thing has started again. You lost the Milan derby to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a 39-year-old striker. Today again, if not for Lukaku coming in to score those two goals, I mean a late minute equalizer in your home for that matter. So you have to look at all those extras. Those are the limitations. And also, Conte is a very difficult coach. He's always having issues with the board, one way or the other. Things like that will always upset your team. And when you're not doing well on the pitch and you're having issues with the board, it will definitely
I
not
think he
work
has
for
the
you.
same issue
Things
with Chelsea when it was in 2017.
exactly
It's to
things will
buy.
not work for you. You
Thiago,
need to be
like
able.
Vidal. Marina was like, I'm not going to buy that player because those money are too expensive. You have 50 million, 60 million.
Exactly.
No, I'm not paying that money for 29, 30 years old player. Hell no, I'm not paying that money. The door is open, you can
Exactly.
go. That
Ashley
was the
Young is
reason he
over
left.
30. So you can't keep having the issues with the board and having issues on the pitch and you expect things to work for you. It wouldn't work like that. He's a good tactician, but he needs to sort himself out. If not, he will get booted out this season.
So what's the question for them? Europa League out of the group stage, or like finishing second at the Real Madrid, or maybe
Personally,
finishing
for me, like someone said, Inter Milan is not the team you look at when you're talking about winning the Champions League. So for me, if they can get back into the Europa League again and then
what?
convince the board, personally for me, if let's be realistic, because I don't see Inter Milan going past the second round in the Champions League. So instead of getting into the second round and crashing out, go into the Europa League and make it to the final. Anything you do in the final there. Again. Yes, Sevilla has won it how many times? Sevilla has played in the final how many times? That is the
But
strength.
getting to the Europa League doesn't
No,
guarantee anything. They did the last time.
this is
And
the
they
strength.
didn't exactly
What you need
work
to
out,
realize
so-
is this is the strength of the team that he has right now. This team is not solid enough to be in the Champions League. They are good for the Europa League. Let him go for the Europa League.
He went there last year. He didn't even win it. He should go there this year again and also flop.
He can win it. It's 50-50.
You don't think
Sevilla might.
you don't think his main goal should be winning the Serie A though this season with Inter Milan? Or you think Juve are just too strong again? Juve is gonna win it again.
Well, Juve has a structure, irrespective of the fact that Pello is a new coach and all that. The players are still there. The Ronaldo factor is still there. You have all those things working for them. And also, let's not forget the outsiders, Napoli, Atalanta. How well would Inter Milan fare against those other teams? Those are the things that we should look at. Juventus has an edge over every other team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Inter, on the other hand, are at par with Napoli, with AC Milan, with Atalanta. So those are the people that they are challenging with. So he has more challenges than Juventus. So unfortunately, I do not see him winning this season with the same Inter squad.
I think wow. So, guys, that is the last thing we're gonna discuss. But I want to make an announcement. For the Saturday match against United, Offside is gonna be the one hosting. I'm not gonna host on Saturday match because if I
Ha
host,
ha ha
I'm
ha.
gonna be into. I'm already pissed off
Yep,
already.
yep.
I'm already pissed off. I don't want to get pissed off on Saturday. So Offside is gonna be the one hosting on Saturday for the.
Fingers crossed. Please, guys. I hope you guys should just pray. I just hope Chelsea win that game. If
Wait,
not,
wait, 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 wait. What
I'll be in a
about me?
very
What about
down mood.
wait? What about me? What do
Heads
you
up.
think? What
I
do you
hope you guys know you can't have a dig at the presenter, at the host.
wait?
You're not allowed
Wait.
to
What
have a dig
about
at
me?
the
What
host.
about me? Nah, you think? You think? I think Barcelona is gonna destroy us this Saturday. To be honest.
For me,
Oh my
Madrid is gonna win.
goodness.
For me, Madrid
We're
will win.
not gonna win, Abdullah. Stop giving me hope, bro.
Can we
Oh
take a
my
vote? Can we
goodness.
take a vote? Can we take a
I
vote?
think Madrid will.
See,
For me,
I'll put the money on United, I swear.
me too. Me too. I'm already putting money on United to win it. Because they are penalty
It's a
match.
shame, but that's
They will
what I'll
surely get
do.
a penalty. That's number one. They will get a penalty. I cannot. That one is sure. That one is sure.
United will play a better game than we would.
But the funny thing about Chelsea is we turn up against big team. That's Chelsea. We turn up.
Nah.
We turn up.
United
That
beat
was
Trash of
Chelsea last
3-0
season,
last
not
season.
Chelsea this season.
Exactly. So outside
And
you,
they were beaten by United. They were beaten by United.
Saturday. I'm not gonna say what. Now you go Saturday. Just look.
So what time is the game?
No, United, Chelsea, and a Clasico. We
El
also have
Clasico.
I'm not
we
excited
also have
for
Sheffield United,
I see
Sheffield
Messi
United,
dropping a
Liverpool.
hat trick.
You say
I
what?
really see Messi getting a hat trick this Saturday.
Messi, it's possible. It's possible. Is it Sergio Ramos playing on Saturday? Is it playing?
I think
Nah.
if he doesn't play 6-0, 7-0 halftime.
Damn. Damn. Wow.
Interesting. That's a vote of confidence. Huge confidence from a Madrid fan.
7-0.
I thought, bro, we Shakhtar? No.
Oh,
6-0.
No. But when it comes to the El Clasico, I hope we know we throw form is thrown out of the window.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Fair enough.
When it comes to the El Clasico, there's no
El
form.
Clasico
And
like
it boils down to
Who are the players left to play El Clasico?
nobody.
Basically?
it
Gone are the
doesn't
days
matter.
when
Only Messi.
personalities rise up.
Only Messi.
It's not about personality
Only
right now. The
Messi against
structure, the Spanish structure.
And
Coutinho's in
Ansu
form.
Fati too is there. Ansu Fati, that guy.
Dembele's in form.
Dembele don't come back. Now Wahala go there for Madrid. They are going
Dembele
10,
looking
10,
good.
0,
He's
10,
looking
not
good.
even 7, 10, 10. No Ramos.
Let me stick my neck out. I'll pick Madrid win.
I think for me, yeah, I'll go with Madrid too. I will go with Madrid.
Griezmann, if Griezmann score against us, I'm done, bro. I'm done with Real Madrid, bro.
So guys,
Oh my goodness.
offside, you're gonna be the one that host the
All right, guys.
I won't say a word. You do.
See you guys on Saturday.
If we win, we win. If we lose, I'm expecting us to lose because I want Lampard to get high.
Come on.
I want him to. I'm serious because this team I'm seeing. I don't have any hope.
This is an anti-party activity.
Nah, I don't have any hope for Lampard at all. Mm-mm. For him having that audacity to play Mount as the wing, no.
See, let me shock you. Mount will start the game against United.
It will start. And Lampard.
He will start.
Shock
I'm
absorber.
telling you. Can
Lampard
bet
will
on
Shock
it.
absorber.
Lampard
All
will
right.
start missing Mount. Even on Lampard. Guys, thank you guys for coming in. So guys, we'll see on Saturday for the United match.
Saturday,
So
after the game. After what time was after
All right,
the
thanks
game?
for having me on.
it's
Abdullah.
5:30.
All right. Cheers.
So guys, thank you guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right.
All right. So guys, thank you for coming in, guys. Really appreciate you guys for coming in. So guys, Saturday we're coming for the United Chelsea match and the Clasico match. Guys, I hope we win, but I'm not putting my neck out for us to win the match. I do not put my neck out. So guys, peace out, guys. Peace out and stay blessed, guys. Stay safe, guys. Bye.